Okay, so you decide now. Okay, you're making your music. About how many years ago did you get into? You joined the police force?
Oh, only believe it or not, like I joined the police late. Like I've only been on the road for 2 years.
Wow. We back.
I got hired about 3 years ago. I've been on the road 2 years.
Can you take us through the process, not procedure, but like the process of like to become like a police, to get into the force? Like you got to go through some rigorous training.
Yeah, so it's actually there's some misconceptions. Like one misconception I hear often is that you got to go to school to be a police officer. I mean, they want you to go to school, like high school at least minimum. Go to post-secondary, obviously, but
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2
policing background. They want people from all walks of life, right?
Yeah,
because they don't want just like a bunch of robotic police officers, right? They want people who have experience in different areas that they can bring to policing, right? So basically you just apply. The first thing you do is you make sure you're physically ready, because you're, like you said, you got to go through some physical training, right? You follow the steps on the website. It's pretty self-explanatory on the website. You show up for what they call a shuttle run test. You got to run the shuttle run.
Low key, I didn't even realize I could hear the band in the background. There used to be a band playing right behind that wall, or in the next room behind us. There was a whole rock band playing in there. Bun up Officer Boy on the screen. Yo, salute to Dennis Dunkley, man. That's my
reach
dude.
level 7. Once you do that, you could apply. No, you gotta take some other test online. Once you pass that and get your certificate,
it's your boy Officer Ricky.
Once you apply, they bring you back in to do not
only
in for duty, but another circuit run.
Damn.
You pass that, then they make you an offer.
And then those shuttles, is that like an obstacle course thing you're talking about?
Yeah, you got to wear like a weighted vest and run up and jump over, like look over all under a thing, like
crazy.
Are
any of y'all
are the physical
for any of y'all who want to join the police force? He's breaking it down.
Endurance tests more relaxed now than they were before, because I feel like the boy in emergency back in the day, they're like army veterans, you know what I mean? Like they seem like wrestlers, but the army, the police I see now, enough of them are like a little bit like overweight, you know what I mean? Unathletic. Like I've seen mans get dusted. So like
part of that is dudes are physically fit when they get on, and then sometimes they lose it.
Yeah.
But also I would probably guess I would probably say that it probably has gotten a little less rigorous.
You know, the Chief Wiggums type.
So okay, and you said something also natural that piqued my attention also, because you said the boy them, right? Do policemen get like offended by certain terms like cop, boy them? Obviously, pig is going to be something offensive, but like just certain terms that we used as terms like Babylon, like boy them.
I mean, I can't speak for like all the officers. I know I don't get offended. Sometimes it like, ooh, like, you know, like, for example, I listen to a lot of music, you say Babylon, right?
Yeah.
Babylon, and I'm just like, you know, whatever. I just taste, you know what I mean? But it's just like, so yeah, like me personally, I'll speak for myself. I don't really get offended, but sometimes it's a little bit like, you know what I mean? If I hear it on a track, whatever, I'm just like, you know, but. So like,
you know, or if he's watching a podcast and he's like, oh, you motherfucking pigs are corrupt. That's why I always say, except for Officer Dunkley over here. You know what I'm saying? Songs like He's the Only One Who's Not Corrupt. You know, we're thinking about KRS-One, Sound of the Police, and NWA, Fuck the Police, and shit like that. When you or friggin' Ice-T, when he was with Body Count, the Cop Killer song. Like when you hear stuff like that, are you like, you cringe? Smash that like button, gang.
Out of those three, the only one that I've heard recently,
old asset.
Out of those three, the only one that I heard recently was the KRS-One, and I put it on. Like I put it on. I'm like, I haven't heard a song in a while. I put it on. Didn't really bother me. I don't really revisit those old songs a lot. I haven't. I don't know how it's gonna.
When was the last time I even heard that song? Body Count. I don't even remember hearing that song. Let me see if I can find it,
because I haven't revisited it.
But I feel like it could be empowering as well. Like if like you're a fan and you're bumping it, boop boop, that's the sound of the police.
It is. That's me. I heard you guys like that song.
I mean, I put it on. I was like, hey, I haven't heard the song. I put it on.
What's your are you Caribbean
It's like theme music
background?
Yeah, Jamaican and Trini.
Okay, so like Wax Cartel has Mr. Officer and those type of songs as well. So like, do you hear a lot of those kind of songs too?
I mean, yeah, like when I hear it, it is what it is. I heard Lil Wayne, Mrs. whatever it's called.
But I feel like those songs are more calm. Like Wayne's talking about like the baddie officer. Cartel's just talking about he just got like arrested for a kush. He's not really talking about smoking on white.
Hold on. Let me see if I can just pull this up. Does this still exist? I might get a copyright. But fuck it. We'll cut it out. The one Cop Killer. I don't think that's it. I think this is it. Body Count featuring Ice-T, Cop Killer, 2015. Oh, let's see him perform it live.
All rise for the Dutch national anthem. Cop Killer! Black gloves on, ski mask on, should have been too long.
I know there's a big old copyright here.
Now we get even!
We're starting off the live right. That's a lot of pressure.
The most recent example I could think of where I was like, ooh, was Drizzy when he the album with 21 Savage.
Mm-hmm.
He says, get a lot of love from 12, but I don't reciprocate.
Get a lot of love from 12.
Damn, Drake. Like, hear stuff like that. It's like, all right, like I'm a huge Drake fan, so I hear that and it's just like I just let it, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like I don't
and he knows all of the Drake lyrics too. That's the crazy part.
I mean, dude's a rapper. What do you wanted to say, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you're a huge Drake fan.
Yeah.
I just have to ask you, with the whole battle, what's your perception on it, real quick? On like the back and forth, like how did you feel going
with top 5 or with
Kendrick and Drake?
With Kendrick and Drake, I was obviously like Team Drake. I'm Team Drizzy. You know what I mean? Like I rock with Kendrick too, but I've always been a Drizzy fan, so I was definitely Team Drizzy. So I celebrated the W.
Eric, cops listen to rap too. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Thoughts on the drill, Toronto drill. As an artist, okay, and you're somebody who's watched the Toronto music scene, because as an artist, you've been watching the scene from before. Sure. I'm just sharing the live right now, gang. So make if y'all feel like doing that, share the live. I'm doing right now a Twitter share. I just finished sharing on Facebook, and I'm about to go to Reddit.
Long time.
What are your thoughts on the Toronto music scene now, especially like the drill wave that is like basically infiltrated a lot of the scene over the years in social media? What are your thoughts on it? Like watching from two perspectives, as an artist and as an officer.
So as an artist, there's a few artists that I rock with. Like I played Press Machine 2. I was listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that album. There's others where I'm just like,
Pressa, the boy them are listening to your music.
Man, like we don't really have, like I feel like we don't have, I feel like a lot of the guys right now aren't really spitting like that. You know what I mean? Part of it is I'm a little bit of an old head too, but I still always rock with the newer, like I like new music, you know what I mean? New hip hop.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I wish the talent was a little more, better.
Even the police think these Toronto rappers are trash right now. Holy shit. Yeah.
I feel like back in the days, like you had your like guys like Infinite, Ghetto Concept, those guys. I feel like they were, a little more like I don't know, talented or whatever. I'm probably gonna get like a lot of comments under your video for this, but like, yo, F that guy, whatever. But
it's your opinion. It's your opinion.
Yeah. No. Don't worry. We said the same thing. Or maybe I've been saying it a little bit more, but yeah. Don't worry. Even the boy them don't like y'all shit. Wow. where they do that, bro? You know, you would think that the boy them would listen to you guys' music, at least tolerate it long enough to be able to find all the incriminating bars. Man, they're just sitting listening to y'all music, trying to find the incriminating bars, and they're just like, oh my God, this is torture. Why can't you make better music for me to freaking investigate?
I don't know, talented or whatever. I'm probably gonna get like a lot of comments under your video for talented content better. But I'm old. I feel like a lot of the guys right now aren't really spitting like that. You know what I mean? Part of it is I'm a little bit of an old head too, but I still always rock with the newer. Like I like new music, you know what I mean? New hip hop.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I wish the talent was a little more, you know, better.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the days, like you had your like guys like Infinite, Ghetto Concept, those guys. I feel like they were, you know, a little more like I don't know, talented or whatever. I'm probably gonna get like a lot of comments under your video for this, but like, yo, F that guy, whatever. But
That's your opinion. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
well, it's my opinion, right?
FTP, right?
I'm always listening though. I'm always checking for it. I just checked out Sav. I'm always checking for the new stuff.
You listen to
Sav, he's listening to your shit.
Sav 4 times?
I listened to the album, his newest, I don't know if it's his EP or album, whatever. I listened to that.
So are you able to like disassociate from being a police officer into just being a music fan? Or is it kind of like you're taking it in, like the implications?
No. I disassociate. So the first time it hit me, I listened to Press of Attachment. And I was vibing to that song. And then I started to realize, yo, this man's talking about like murking a man, right?
Somebody say Slugger got left up in the dance. This and that's on the song.
A specific man, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's a little close because I'm always listening to US hip hop and they're always talking about that stuff. But when it's close to home, though, it's like, oh shoot, that's like I know about that case. You know what I mean?
Oh, so what is it? See something, say something, hear something, say something. What, you know what I mean? You're driving down the highway, you and your partner. You're listening to some new Sav 4 times, and you're like, wait a minute. Is he talking about the shooting that happened? Oof. Compartmentalize. I'm playing. Sav don't be talking about no incriminating shit.
And I'm like, okay, it's a little close because I'm always listening to US hip hop and they're always talking about that stuff. But when it's close to home, though, it's like, oh shoot, that's like I know about that case. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So then it becomes like, oh shoot, right? But I try to disassociate, just listen to the music, enjoy the music. You know what I mean? Like even the Pressa album I was listening to on the way here actually. And I'm just like, yeah, he's saying some stuff, more of that same kind of, you know, you got the slug and all that stuff, right? But I'm just vibing to the music, man. You know
Yeah. And then, okay, just vibe into the music, man. Just vibe into the music. Just a little bit more, and then we're going to get into it, all right? Hit that like button. Let's get this up to about 50 views, and then we can get into what we got to get into. The scene itself, right? The second part of the question, like, are you, like we watched it come up and then kind of go down. What are your impressions on that, man? Like
the Toronto music scene,
the drill scene part,
yes. The drill scene.
Let me get back to some more.
I don't know, man. Shit. A lot of dudes like the Toronto accent, for example, right? I got no problem with it. I use it sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm from Toronto, from the city, but some of it doesn't sound. I don't know, man. Like
good in music, right?
Yeah, good in music. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you know, they get the drill beat.
Let's do this.
Funny enough, we used to have a taser in our basement. I don't know how we had it. I think like low-key, I'm not gonna say how we had it. And then my older brother, he was messing around with him, and then he accidentally tasered my sister.
Oh shit!
Holy shit!
Oh,
but it wasn't serious. It was like a quick thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was bad. So,
Don't worry. Wait, is there a statute of limitation in Canada?
We have a statute of limitation. We have the criminal code.
Okay.
We have obviously the Charter of Rights. You know what I mean? So there's, you know, different things. I don't know about that specific statute.
See, and salute to Officer Dunkley, right? The cops don't necessarily know all of like the laws. They know what there's, you know, what's in their rule book and stuff like that. But all the laws, he don't know if there's a statute of limitation.
That's above me.
Careful there, naturally.
I was about to go. I was about to start everything I did in 2005 when I was a YN.
Yeah, I know, right? So let's save those stories for another day. Well, listen, brother, thank you for coming through here,
Thanks for having me, man.
having this episode with us, man. And listen, man, thanks for supporting the show too. Because when we talked online, like, one more.
You know, weed is legal out here. Are officers allowed to ball up?
On that one, I'm gonna say no comment.
Smart.
I'm just gonna say no comment.
Hold on, Looney, you saying too comfy with the talks? We're just laughing. Ha ha ha. Kikiing with the police. Ha 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 ha. Hold on.
I ain't mad at the question, but I gotta say no comment for that.
I respect it. I respect it.
Oh man. Okay, you guys have any more questions before?
I have like a couple more.
Okay, go for
so
it.
I used to work at Tim Hortons when I was younger, and whenever an officer would pull up, usually it'd be two officers, we'd have to give them a free coffee. And I remember, you know, I'm like 21, I'm like a little shin. I'm like, why do we have to give them free coffee? They should pay like everyone else, whatever. But it was always a protocol, right? I'd be cheesed. I'm like, nah, we should charge these guys.
High grade hating right there.
Is that still a practice?
So most Tim Hortons that I go to when I'm on shift, they'll give us a free coffee.
Gee.
If you buy food or something, if you want food, you're gonna pay for it. And then some of them, if you want to get a specialized drink, then you gotta pay for that too. But typically, most Tims around the city, you can typically get a free coffee if you're on duty.
What about the donut stereotype? Is that a real thing?
So I'll tell you this: people are always bringing donuts, man. Like you roll up to the station, and it's just like donuts just chilling at the front desk.
It's because the Simpsons lie.
No, man, that was a stereotype before the
then?
Simpsons, bro. Like, it's always been a thing, fam.
So would you say you have donuts every day at work?
I mean, you don't have to take it, but it's always there.
But they're available.
They're always there. Because somebody, like what it is,
Donuts on deck daily.
it's not like the station is buying donuts. Like what it is like you hire somebody new, whether it's a cop job, like a officer job or a civilian job, and they want to make an impression, so they bring in donuts. You know what I mean? Like there's always people just paying fines, like they did something stupid, and it's like you gotta pay a fine, so they bring in a box of donuts. You know what I mean? So there's just always donuts there. You know what I mean? So,
what's the best donut for police officers? Like, what's the one where it's like, damn, we ran out of double chocolate? Like,
like the best type of donut or the best like company?
Both. Let me hear both.
So
Let's
Mr.
go.
Puffs.
Oh,
Puffs donuts.
jeez.
Yo, he pulled Mr. Puffs out of his pocket like real quick. He didn't even take him a second to think about Mr. Puffs. All right? I got 500 sounds on the line. If you need content in the next 20 minutes, download. Oh, this is a bot.
Those are
You came prepared with that answer.
Mr. Puffs.
He's sponsored? He's sponsored.
San Ramos in Etobicoke, yeah.
Oh, so you guys just don't do Tim's. I assume just like Tim's or Krispy Kreme.
It's mostly Tim's, but every now and then a man will bring in like a Mr. Puffs, or if they're feeling like spending some money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, talk about that Tim's like lowbrow. Talk about Mr. Puffs, man. The good shit.
Yep.
Mr. Puffs is fire still. I ain't gonna lie.
If someone makes like a really impressive arrest, do they throw like a little pizza party or something?
Or a donut party.
Nah, I mean it does happen. It does happen.
Okay,
but I haven't seen it happen yet.
So do you guys have quotas, and do you guys actually have quotas every month?
We don't have quotas. That's a myth. It's a myth, but there is like
targets, goals.
It's more so like if you're slacking as an officer in certain areas, like enough mans don't like giving tickets. Like enough officers, and that happens sometimes where it's like you might come across an officer and feel like, yo, why did they give me a ticket?
Yeah.
Enough mans don't like giving tickets. Some do, but enough officers don't like giving tickets. But what happens is, I haven't given a ticket in a while, and the boss start getting, hey, like you haven't given any tickets.
Like, what are you out there doing?
Yeah, what are you out there doing? You gotta get tickets, right? So it's like, all right, I gotta go get some tickets.
If I get a ticket,
hold on, let me let him ask this question.
When I go to court, are man pulling up? Like, because I hear that officers don't pull up, and
so that's where it used to be. Now we're pretty much required to pull up, especially because it's on like
it's getting stringent.
Hey, attention!
Like court now,
they started cutting the budget. It's just like, all
right. So if you get a ticket, they're forwarding. All right. Enough of that cop stuff. Well, actually, we're gonna get into a lot of cop stuff. That's why I'm playing some cop shit in the beginning. Let's get into it. Day 29, nigga. Energy high. I'm still here. Okay. One more day of the 30 for 30. We did it. We did it. You know, unless extenuating circumstances happen, I will not be able to complete the 30 for 30. But so far, we are on the way to finish this 30 for 30 right here. Okay, it's your boy Friday Ricky Dread. It is June 23rd, 2026. We back at it. Big salute to everybody who's popping up into the chat. Okay, we got a list of topics. I'm not going to be here super long, which probably means 3 hours, okay, instead of 4 hours. But we got some things we got to get into, including Flow 98.7 host Patricia J might be suing Relentless Diary. Okay, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Okay, we're gonna also get into the Montreal mayor that I left off the table yesterday. Montreal mayor, her husband, black man, dealing with a lot of racial profiling, and we're gonna get into a whole racial profiling across Canada with the way the police them are moving. Okay, and then we're gonna get right into police under fire. You see 3 policemen that are on the cover of this thumbnail for this video right here. All 3 of those policemen deceased. Condolences to their families, and they are from different parts. Okay, so we definitely got to get into that. All right. Also, I'm going to talk about Streamer U. I got to react to a video with all the people who are going crazy who trying to get into Kai Cenat Streamer U. Okay, we're going to get into Maestro Fresh West and D.O. Gibson, who are going to be in Amazing Race Canada. All right. I have a video that I want to react to of why music is so average these days. Okay, we got to find out why music is so fucking average these days. So we'll definitely get into that. And last but not least on my list, why Toronto is the #1 city worldwide. Okay, if you have anything else you want me to get into, spam the chat. I'm going to leave it probably for tomorrow. We might get into some of the stuff tonight. I got a whole podcast episode. We are back with an episode of the We Love Hip Hop podcast, episode 695, dropping on Thursday morning. All right. Y'all need to let me know. Let me know. All right. Should we do a live show for episode 700? All right, you know what? I'll put up a poll. Let's do that, okay? Make yourself be seen in the chat. Let me do this poll over here quick, man, because I need to know, man. We are getting close to episode 700 of the We Love Hip Hop podcast. It's probably in about a month and a half. I could stretch it possibly and maybe do it in 2 months, but we could get episode 700. Do you want live? Okay, do you want to do a live? Okay, live in person episode 700. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys the question in the chat or in the poll over here. Y'all let me know. All right, who is in the motherfucking building? I seen from early Lucky 187 in the building. Shiesty is Bud in the building. Looney underscore 416 or Looney dash 416 in the building. Okay, QJ underscore 23 in the building. Easy Fecta in the building. Callan Clouds in the building. Who else is in here? I seen Caro in the building. 2-piece biscuit in the building. Who's out here? I'm going through the chat right now, man. Skinny FTB in the building. Who else is in here? Pretty Problems popping up in the building. All right. Make sure to hit that like button. Let's get this out to as many people as you can. If you're watching from your phone and you hit that like button and you see that hype and you don't press it, you're a fucking hater. I ain't gonna lie. This shit is free. You seen the hype, you ain't pressed that. It took like not even 2 seconds, fam. Walk on. Show brother some love. Big salute to Mike 41 foul. Okay. Fred Guy. They be calling me Freddy, you know what I'm saying? Salute to Fred Guy. You know what I mean? Friday 22. Don't cancel the live show. Listen, man, I'm okay with selling 25 tickets. Okay. To be honest, if we do a live show, it won't be more than probably 30 people that I'm going to be putting in the venue. It's not going to be like, yo, I need like 2,000 people to show up to this shit. Nah, a nice intimate setting, pause, with like about 25 to 30 people. I'm good with that. Maybe 50 tops. I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? Get some food in there. Maybe we can go to a space where we can bun. That would be preferable. All right. I'm gonna talk to the team about it. The team's with it. They're down to do it. All right. The thing is, what I have an issue with, okay, and I'll just say this quick fast before we get into what we got to get into. The thing that I have an issue with is anytime that we've tried to do a live show, low key, I've had to do the Adam 22 thing and postpone it and then start it again, postpone it, start it again. We've had a few live shows where we were invited as a special guest for different various companies, and those always went off pretty good. But as far as like the ones that I've organized myself, I think I've done 2. That shit's ain't easy. Y'all be in the comments, in the chat, like, yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Put out the ticket, put out the flyer. You know, go check the freaking Eventbrite. Nothing. So if we do this, let's get it popping, okay? And we'll make sure that it's legendary. We ain't just gonna sit there and pod. You know, when we do live shows, we actually do a live show. I got 2 DJ co-hosts, so you know anything could happen. You know what I mean? We could have all kind of games and stuff like that we can get going on during our live experience. So yeah, let me know. Let me make sure my set is clean here. All right. Okay. Let me make sure. Oh, Clips channel. Okay. I just want to make sure I get all the housekeeping done before we get into anything. Okay. Just got a couple more things I got to tell y'all before we get into what we got to get into. Okay. Let's run this up. Okay. Nice 51 right now. Let's get this to 100 people watching. You said you got me on making a flyer. Okay. Link me in the DM and then we'll get that popping because I want to get that happening. I don't want to just listen. I'm a very underwhelming type of individual. I'm a house guy. Okay. I like my house. I like to just come out and do the pod when I have to do the pod and then go back into my cave. You feel me? But yeah. I'm the type that, like, if you don't twist my arm to do, like, yo, let's do something special for that day, like, including, like, my birthday and shit like that. It'll probably be around the time where my birthday is low-key. So we might be able to do some kind of a combo thing. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I'm the type of person who was like, yeah, so are you going to do anything for your 50th birthday? Nah, I'm just chilling. Like, what? Nigga, you're not going to get that twice. Yeah, maybe the next 50 years I'll do it. Like, nah, bro. So you got to like twist my arm to party. It is what it is. Maybe I have some kind of like mental block. Anyhow, go over to the Clips channel over here. All right. There's about 802 videos on the channel. Thank you to everybody who has been watching the videos, who have been running up the views, becoming new subscribers. The channel has now been monetized. Air horns. Okay, so I've reached the first goal of what I wanted with this channel, to have a backup channel for the network, a channel where you're going to be able to get all short form clips, maybe a couple of clips you might see on this channel that you're watching right now here and there, but everything else, like 95, maybe 98% of the short form content that you'll get, you're going to be seeing over here on the We Love Hip Hop Clips channel. Okay, so make sure to subscribe. Also, as far as the live schedule moving forward, because like I said, this is day 29 of 30. Tomorrow will be day 30. I have a special guest that's going to be pulling up on me in person before the pod, you know, like I usually set up for the podcast on Wednesday and, you know, get a little rant on. We're not going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to try to switch it up a little bit and bring in a very special guest to have a conversation with prior to us starting the podcast tomorrow night. Okay, so look out for that. However, after that, moving forward, we're going to be doing live streams between days of the podcast, minus one day of the week. Okay, can I get one day where I could just rest, recharge? All right, so the live stream schedule will be Tuesdays, Wednesdays, You'll get a live stream on Friday, okay? The regular live stream that you always get on Fridays. And you will get one on Saturday, okay? So Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, live streams, okay? Now, you might get one on Sunday if there's an emergency, but Sunday I would like to, record the podcast, not even have to worry about doing a live stream as well. But basically, in between the days where there's not a podcast episode, we drop every Monday and Thursday as far as the episodes of the pod. In between the days that there is no podcast, you will get a full live stream, whether it's a desktop stream or IRL. So the content will constantly be flowing on this channel here, and it's going to be long form content. All right, I got to be real with y'all. Most of the content, 95% of the content on this channel here is going to be an hour or plus. Okay, so if that's what you're here for, then you're in the right place. All right, okay, let's get into what we got to get into. Starting with Patricia Jaganoff. All right, now for the people who don't know, Patricia Jaganoff, she's a very prominent member of the Toronto media, Canadian media, period, okay? From CTV to CP24. She's had different shows on there. She was the weather woman or weather person for multiple years over on CP24, as well as the on-the-street correspondent. Many, many, many of moments that we have had, all of us together, with Patricia J. Now, we have Flow 98.7, formerly Flow 93.5, who has done a little bit of some renovations as far as their host, okay? They let go of a few people, they moved a few people around, and then they put Patricia J and Specs de Boss as the host of the morning show, replacing Marlon Palmer and Alicia, who were the former host of the morning show, okay? We're all caught up? Cool. Now, a few people had some things to say once that happened. Mr. Lewin made a post at one point, said, who hired the white girl? It was a little bit, there was a few things that just felt a little uncomfortable around the news of Patricia getting the job. And one of the people who had something to say was our podcast sister, Zoe from Relentless Diaries. And she commented it on Patricia getting the job, as well as Specs. And I'll play that now. Okay, let us find that clip. Shouldn't be too far. I have the link, but here we go. Salute to Zoe.
Patricia Jaganoff, Patricia J, she goes by.
Yeah. Patricia J.
At first, I didn't know who she was. I'm like, yo, who is this? Like, I've never seen. Then when I started to look, I'm like, bro, I remember her from CB24. We want a radio station to maintain the essence of like Black culture. I don't know. And like I said, I'm sure she's very qualified from like a media standpoint, but like from a cultural standpoint, I don't know how much she can really connect with Black Toronto. Like, I don't know if she's ever heard the market in her life.
So you think she's out of touch?
Slightly. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I do, compared to Marlon and Ace,
Right.
I do think that she's slightly out of touch with like new artists. Like, I don't even know if she could maybe name 5 Toronto artists that are up and coming.
You think she got 3 Pressa songs?
Hell no. She doesn't know 3 Pressa songs. No way.
But do you think that's why they brought on the other person to
Okay, yeah. So then
to balance
the
that?
co-host, the new co-host of hers is also Specs. Right? Specs the Boss, who is an OG, cemented
Culturalist institution.
Yeah, DJ in Toronto.
General.
Again, though, and I don't want people to get upset, I do think Specs again is a little bit older. So I don't know how much he flexes to, again, it's like the younger, but up and coming talent.
Do you think Flo gives a fuck about the younger gen?
I don't think they do.
But
they definitely don't.
Should they not? And
They
this is what I
should.
said again. And
Who's listening to radio though?
And,
Who's
and I'll
tuning
be
in?
honest. When I was
Let the force flow through you. Okay, Zoe's getting in her full hater arc. Right? You remember when the Emperor's like, "Yes, Luke. Let the force flow through you, Luke. The anger."
talking to
Demographic is
Marlon,
older, right?
and I was talking to Ace, and I said, you know, because I was very like, yo, I hate that this happened. You know what I mean? But I said, yo, to be honest, if I put my marketing brain on, respectfully, as I mentioned, radio is a dying medium. And I think although you guys were loved by the older generation, I think that from a marketing standpoint, also, these guys, I don't want to say this and to sound any type of way. The older media and like the older DJs, it's hard for them to flex to a younger market. Respectfully. You know what I mean? Like specs can't really come and DJ a steady. I think it takes a very specific person who's open to be able to transcend generations of people. Her name is Patricia Patricia J, she goes by.
Patricia J.
Okay. So she said that. You know, we reacted. A few different people reacted. All right. And let me make sure that everything's cool over here. We good? We good? We good? There's no freezing or anything. All right. Good. Okay. We reacted to it. Did I even post our reaction? I might have been pussy. And then post our reaction on Instagram. Because, you know, it don't matter unless it's on the gram. All right. Let me see. Where is our reaction? I'm not going to play our whole reaction, but we did say some things. I low-key got kind of worried in this story.
We love hip hop.
Oh my. He might have, I bet, because at first he was.
Actually, no. It was further back. That is our reaction to what I'm going to play you next. It's this. And the changes that they made over there, like they had fired, we thought they fired Marlon and Alicia from the morning show, right? Which they are not on the morning show anymore. I couldn't even make a clip of that shit, fam, because by the time the
best elements of the morning show by bringing back Marlon for extra gravy, it's almost like, hey, we want you to do your own thing as opposed to being limited by this morning show format and having to wake up 6 to 9. Like, just keep doing your extra gravy thing. We'll just throw it on there. So it's almost like maybe they just didn't like Alicia's radio style because, you know, this is the second time she's been let go from Flow. So I don't know. Maybe there's like a difference.
There might could have been some bureaucracy behind the scenes type shit.
I'm not going to lie.
So I'm going to play, because that's not the exact clip that I'm looking for, but I'm going to play what happened afterwards because they said what they said about Patricia J. And to be honest, I wish I could find the original post from Mr. Lewin because Mr. Lewin, him calling her a white girl, I feel like that added some extra sting to what was going on. But basically, Patricia J's husband stepped in and responded and tried to stick up for his wife. And this is what he said.
Do not come onto my platform's page. Do not come and speak on 4 educated Black people who sit here and ever call us YNs.
I got you.
The people in the comments who were talking about her partner, I defended that. And I said, who she chooses has nothing to do with what I am saying. I don't care who she's married to or who she's engaged.
Let me read the caption here. Part 1, Zoe spoke on Patricia Jagannath joining Flow 98.7, and one comment was shocking to see. What do you mean by that? Limitless VIP concierge? Is this page back? Is it back? Oh my God, sorry, not available. Oh my God. How did he do that? Where did he do that?
Come onto my platform's page. Do not come and speak on 4 educated Black people who sit here and ever call us YNs. The people in the comments who were talking about her partner, I defended that. And I said, who she chooses has nothing to do with what I am saying. I don't care who she's married to or who she's engaged to, whatever that is, right? As I said, I knew from before that she also had a lawsuit against Bell Media about 4 years ago, where she had sued for racial discrimination.
She got a settlement.
And she got a settlement. Someone had messaged me and they said, yo, I saw you defending her man in the comments, but did you know what he called you in the comments?
Ooh.
And I said, what are you talking about? So I'm scrolling the comments and he called us YNs.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
What's his background?
He's white.
Woo!
Yo!
Bye.
Oh, no.
My gripe now is, do not come onto my platform's page.
Talk.
Do not come and speak on 4 educated Black people who sit here and ever call us YNs. But so then type young nigga then. Because that's what you're calling me.
If you're brave.
You're saying grow up, young nigga. Right?
Yeah, what you mean by that, Mr. Juggernaut?
Why y'all chipping out?
Again, people can be upset at my opinion. It's crazy that people were calling me a hater, but people were so emotionally charged at my opinion. When again, I said nothing disrespectful to that girl, and I will stand to that woman, sorry, and I will stand on it. Do not.
All right. We got action, gang. We got action. So let's go to Patricia J's page first. First things first, Papa. Let's go take a look. Let's investigate. Watch your here with Chef Ramsay. Jeez.
Hi guys, it's Gordon. Look where I work. So the perception of 1 gram. First of all, you know how special that coffee is. Secondly, it needs to be weighed out immaculately. Also, when you set that grinder, the power of that grind is so important. So continued success, and I can't wait to visit you.
Thank you, Gordon. I can't wait to host you. It's a fun brand.
All right. I ain't gonna say nothing. All right. It's very thin ice right now, okay? Very touchy territory. So I'm going to keep my opinions to myself. And I'll tell you why in a second, gang. All right, let's just go investigate. I'm looking for something. I'm looking. I'm searching and searching. I'm searching and searching. I'm searching and searching, trying to get to you. Give me a second, gang. We'll get to it. We're going to get to the bottom of it. We got the content. And listen, just for the people who are watching this right now, as I'm doing my searching and searching. Oh, you scrubbed. You scrubbed. This is part 1 of the coverage. This is part, I don't know, of how many of this whole Flow 98.7 saga. I did not think that the Flow 98.7 saga would be such a hot button issue. Bing, 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 bing. Found him. Found him. The cap of 2024, F1 Monaco. It was a time well spent with beautiful friends, industry colleagues, partners, and good vibes all around. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
We're here, 7 cents. It's a boat. Let's go.
That's not him. That's Diplo. She gets into some rooms. Zoe, you might need to take notes. Ooh, our Limitless concierge team did a good job. Which Limitless? This Limitless? Let's keep searching. Can we see another one? Oh, searching and searching. Oh, I'm fucking messy as shit. I'm sorry, gang. I will work on it at one point in the future. But we're going to get to the hook, okay? We're going to get to the hook. I just need to do a little bit more searching just for nosy purposes. You know where we're going to search? Let's not even go on the main feed. Let's be a little bit more savvy with it. Let's just go to the straight reels. Okay. Let's see. We'll find him. Yo, I've been following her for a while. Yo, one time I bucked her downtown. I was like, yo, would love to get you on my show. And she's like, what show is that? I'm like, We Love Hip Hop. She kind of gave me a look like, what the fuck is a We Love Hip Hop? Don't get on your ghetto ass show, nigga. I don't know if that's not what she was thinking. I doubt it. I'm not saying nothing, okay? I have nothing to say. Searching and searching, trying to get to you. Hey, copyright music. I am that. I'm not even. Part of my mind was going to say, she's a very attractive woman, but I was going to say, I'm not going to say nothing. Shut the hell up. Found him. There he goes. That's the guy, gang. That's the guy. So he's the one throwing out the YNs over here. So what happened was, if you go back to over here in the beginnings of her page, she has a post from Flo. It's her last post.
Beyonce and Jay-Z. Not sure if you guys saw on Instagram, but Beyonce has narrated this new hair journey for Jay-Z, highlighting this beautiful reason behind Jay-Z kind of cutting up all his locks, which literally took like 6 days. Here's what she had to say.
Now, I wasn't all the way convinced that he would be able to comb out his locks, considering he had such thick, long wigs.
Nigga, we don't give a fuck. So here's what happened. The Flo report on all the new Flow mornings on Flow 98.7 FM. Beyonce just dropped a new video for her hair care brand, blah, blah. And this time, Jay-Z is stepping into the spotlight. What? Where the hell is the goddamn post? Oh, don't do that. That's not the one. Hold on, gang. Hold on. I got it. Don't worry. Because they be trying to delete shit. There it is. From 2 days ago. Okay. It's right here. Okay, I'm not going to play it because that's going to get me copyright. But being unbothered is a vibe. Being unbothered with legal representation is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. Oh my God. Hold on, let me start the poll. So, some people confuse access with entitlement, opinions with facts, and silence with weakness. Fortunately, facts have the way of speaking for themselves, wishing everyone the energy they put out, okay? So, she has this pinned as her top comment. Here we go. My husband did not make the comment he has been accused of, and the record has already been clarified with the individual who made this defamatory accusation against him. She has been given an opportunity to retract and apologize for her reckless accusations. I won't be commenting more on this as it is now a legal process. Shall I repeat? She has been given opportunity to retract and apologize for her reckless accusations. I won't be commenting more on it as it is now a legal process. Let's let that breathe for a second. Let's let it breathe. Thoughts, gang? I just saw the poll move. That's what I'm laughing at. I'm looking at the poll that I created here, and I asked in the poll, is PJ right for suing? 60% of y'all are saying yes, and currently 40% of y'all are saying no. And I saw that shit jump. Is she right, gang? Here's the thing, and I said this is part one of, I don't know how many parts we're going to go with this. Maybe we might cap it at part 2 or part 3. I don't know where this is going to go, okay? And listen, Patricia and homie, I showed you up on the screen over here. I didn't have any defamatory action, okay? I joke, I kid. You listen to Eminem, you white. I'm playing. I'm playing, okay? I ain't got no smoke for you, litigious or otherwise. I have no smoke, only exotic hot pot, my guy. But we got to follow this story, fam. We got to stay on this. Fam. The reason part 2 has to happen, because Relentless Diaries, what are we, Tuesday today? Oh, shit, they recording tonight. So I'm just waiting for the content to drop, to be honest, because look, let's open up another Instagram page here. Let's open up another gram. Relentless Diaries. Just open up their Instagram one time. Quickly, splitty. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. Okay, so there's this post that I played you guys the post. It's not like I played them off of my page. They right here. We're the first one. I know I passed that shit. But it's right. It's around here. Right here. Boom. Still there. No retraction. This one right here, the post in question with the black and white and grow up YNs all up on the screen, man's page, still there. They ain't retracted. So I guess they're like, all right, do what you will. All right, I'll be ready. Remember, Zoe works in corporate, so she might be ready for the smoke. She might be like, all right, okay, our lawyers are prepared for this type of shit. We've been waiting for a time like this. Who knows? But the fact that Patricia ain't talking no more, that's the last post that she posted on her shit. Okay? She's like, I ain't talking no more, bro. The only person who's going to be talking is my lawyer. Let me check your stories. Let's go in your stories.
You know, I had to make a stop on my favorite place after flow mornings. It's booster time.
Bear sponsors. Yo, how many bags does she collect a month? Yo, Patricia, let me be your friend, fam. Let me get down. Let me get down with you and that white man over there and let me get some bags, bro. What the hell? I ain't gonna diss. I thought it was a good idea for Watch me. I'm such a dick. Such a funny style ass nigga, bro. Let me lock arms and freaking hold it down on my podcast freaking people, okay? Podcasters versus radio, okay? Call me. welovehiphoptoronto@gmail.com.
after flow mornings. It's
my Instagram's been moving mucky.
Booster John.
Hold on.
There's a conversation going around that like a lot of these rappers are.
My Instagram's been moving mucky lately. Just give me a second, gang. We ain't done investigating freaking Shorty over here. We ain't done. Hold on, let me get rid of one of these Instagram pages.
Yo. Hello, good morning.
We're there. Hold on, what did you just do?
Trying to make a stop at my favorite place after flow mornings.
What did you just do?
Yo. Hello, good morning.
We're there.
Started the day off
I like
feeling
Patricia.
just fine. Good morning. It's Patricia J.
And it's Specs. How y'all doing out there?
You know what? I think they're doing just fine. There's no rain, Specs. There's no.
All right, salute to Patricia J. Why are you bothering this woman, Zoe? No, I'm playing. Zoe. What is happening in the podcast world, fam? We're only supposed to beef with each other. How did podcast beefing spill out into the friggin' radio streets, fam? Now you got this lady on your head top, bro? Wow.
Do not.
What do y'all think? I was going to look up something, actually. Y'all think Patricia J is right for this? Is she going too far? Jagana. Oh. You blame Natural. Why you blame Natural? All right. Patricia Jaganoff, ex-weather specialist. Why she quit and filed lawsuit. Bumbaclaw. We're going to get back to that in a second. Look at this. 16 years ago. Wow. Goat. Woat. Woat.
Hey party people, join me, Patricia, for an entire hour of great animation and cool cartoons as we play your favorite animated dance videos.
Whoa.
We love hip hop. Cartoons exclusively on BPM TV.
You remember BPM TV? Quote! Greatest woman of all time. Hold on. We're going to get back to that other video in a second.
Yeah, a little on the chilly side. Just a final reminder that it is still winter after all. And this winter really has been that of up and down storytelling, hasn't it? And, you know, some days we get still dealing with a few sales that are delivering just some light, but also plus 14 to plus 15.
Deliver that news like a champ, fam. Deliver that weather like a champ. Patricia Jaganoff leaves for low wages and discrimination. They did her dirty. Yo, what the hell, fam? She has a lot of coverage, bro. Anyhow, let's get to this shit. Cause she be suing. She be suing.
Hi everyone. I want to thank you all for your lovely messages, your comments, your outpouring of support, your love, and for standing with me. Though I haven't been able to respond, I want you all to know that it's love and gratitude from your girl. Listen.
Hold on. She hasn't been able to respond because when she was let go from freaking CP24, it was like mum's the word. They were just like, oh, Patricia's not going to be with us anymore. Oh, goodbye. Oh, she's been a great service to the team. Goodbye, bitch. Get out of here, Blackie. You know what I'm saying? No explanation. And it was around the pandemic time, too. So it was just like silence.
This is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. By now, you all know that I have resigned from CP24 and WL.
Oh, she resigned.
I was not fired. I was not let go or laid off.
Talk about it.
I have never been on contract.
What? You're never on contract?
all used to seeing me smile, see me happy and full of energy, but things are not always as they seem. You see me on TV, dressed up, full of life, put together. I'm just a happy soul, very passionate about storytelling, and a bubbly energy individual who always wants to share my happiness, help bring some sunshine into all of your lives. But on the inside, I have been really hurting. Why? Because of the way Belle had been treating me. I gave my everything to the company. Literally my blood, my sweat, and my tears.
Talk!
My story spans 11 and a half years. In those 11 and a half years with the company, I only received a raise of about $14. As a long-time Emmy Award-winning TV personality, I have been treated like
Hold on. It's making my fucking head hurt. What? Ah! What? In 11 years, you got $14 in raise? Oh my God. Racist much? Hello. CP24, like this is real shit. Like that actually happened, fam. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. I love CP24. They keep them some nice looking things up over there on the table, but they're all getting fucked over. Then there's no way that they only fucked over Patricia J and they ain't fucked over Arda Zakarian and the next one, the African chick there, A.W.O.L. Asiagwa. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your last name. Or friggin' homie over there, Bakari Sellis or Bakari, whatever his last name is. Don't tell me you ain't fucking them people over. They only fucked over Patricia J. $14 in 11 years? Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Holy shit.
Token and a commodity by CP24 and Belle. Passed over for promotions more times than I can count. I was just a filler for Belle, thrown a breadcrumb so I would just stop asking for more. I received hardly any raises and no promotions or opportunities over my 11 years, except CP24 would give me opportunities when filling in for white colleagues, weather and hosting. Over those 11 and a half years, I was never told a single negative thing about my performance. Not once. I asked, but there were never any criticisms.
How is $14 a lot? They work in media, fam. Like, respectfully, like, they're not like at the call center or like, no, fam. Like, these guys are getting like umpteen amounts of money per month to do this job. They're on TV every day, not like once, twice a week. I'm doing a 30 for 30 right now. She's been doing a 30 for 30 for like the last 11 years. Like, there was a point in time I'll put on the TV on CP24, and at some point in the day, she pulls up in the office, does weather, or she's on the road somewhere reporting on something. Like, they use the hell out of her. Like, they got their money's worth out of her.
I heard, you are the very fabric that makes CP24 what it is. You are loved. You are the bright spot in a wheel of negativity. You are the P in CP24. When you think CP24, you think Patricia Jagernoth, but still no solidified opportunities. Some of you have questioned my qualifications, so let me
They gassed her. They gassed her so hard. They told her she was the P in CP24. Oh my God. Just massaging her shoulders. Girl, you the P in CP24, girl.
share. I've worked nearly 20 years in television. I'm an Emmy Award-winning TV personality.
Talk!
I've won multiple Canadian media awards. I'm the most followed television personality at Bell Media. I've worked for E! News at NBC in Los Angeles. I've appeared on BBC for special coverage for weather. And I have been the host of North America's largest Caribbean festival, the Toronto Caribbean Carnival. I have been highly requested as host for all community events at Bell Media. So clearly, and most certainly, I was qualified for every position I applied for at Bell and CP24. This is not a PJ issue. This is a Bell Media issue with me not giving me the opportunities. I worked in a very toxic work environment. There were more mental health leaves taken by my colleagues and more colleagues resigning than I can even count. The environment was terrible for mental health, even for the most positive. Those who worked with me, worked beside me, my amazing team at CP24, have witnessed firsthand how many times I've applied for jobs and open positions, how much I was loved by you, by everyone.
The C and CP.
But also how many times I was passed over, time and time and time again. I have lost out on so many opportunities to white colleagues, from weather positions to hosting positions across Bell Media. These are all opportunities that I've interviewed for, were overqualified for, and told by management that I was perfect for these positions. But I was constantly filling in.
She ain't passed the brown paper bag test.
And I never had a leader ever offer me a contract. Never had a Bell executive made an investment in me. I was a commodity, just a filler. Good enough to...
Hold on. Hold on. I'm watching the chat, okay? What understanding of this $14 do you guys have? Because the way I understood it is that over 11 years, $1 here, $1 there, until it came up to $14 than what she originally started getting paid when she first started there. I'm not going to lie. I probably made almost that in raises when I was working for Shoppers Drug Mart's head office, fam. And that was when wages were a little bit lower. Like I'll tell you now, I don't work there anymore, but I started at like $18.50. By the time I left, I was at almost $25. And I wasn't there for 11 years. I was on TV every day. So keep that in mind too. Like that's a small amount of money to be working on TV for your wages to increase over years. So what, did they give her $1 raise every time that she asked for a raise? Or $1.50? $14 is a super idiot thing. I'm just saying, unless I'm misunderstanding this $14. Like, did she get $14 a year?
Fill in, but never good enough to invest in. Well, I am more.
With a criminal record.
I am good enough.
Facts.
I was misled by Bell over and over again.
Salute to me.
Many of you have asked me why I did this for so long.
Let's go, tears.
And if I wasn't getting those opportunities, I held on to those false promises from all waves of management. I was misled by management to believe those opportunities were on the way. Of course, I held on to hope. This was my dream job, guys.
Yo, she got the box. Yo, Patricia, I fuck with you. Don't sue me, fam. Please, okay? Because I know you're going to see this. When I clip this and put it on the main channel, it's going to move. Please don't sue me, all right? I am not defaming you. I am literally just seeing and tracking while go on. You see the kind of same thing like you do over at Flow? Hot story is going on. This is hot for us. I'm just reacting. But that box of Kleenex was hella close, shorty. It was like, oh, shit. All right? It was almost scripted. But not scripted, okay? Listen, it just seemed that way. I'm not saying it's that way, okay? I don't need to throw in allegedly because I'm not saying anything.
1.5 years, there were different managers that were in charge.
Did I show y'all?
Of led by management to believe those opportunities.
I didn't even know they were there. Boom.
Of course, I held on to hope. This was my dream job, guys. In 11.5 years, there were different managers that were in charge. They were great fans of mine, They told me they watched me for years. They told me how amazing I was, that I was very loved by even their own families, but still no opportunities. I was denied a basic living wage. I received my first raise on my 5th year of working at CP24. That was the year of 2016. And I
5 years in, then you get a raise. Somebody needs to get punched in the face. Yo, hubby, call them. You need to call them something else than YNs, but you need to be. I hope you were in there like causing havoc, ready to move furniture and shit. Because the way that they did your wife, like, she's crying. I hope you went to bat, and you probably did. I ain't even gonna, I'm not even gonna second guess. You probably went to bat super crazy. Okay, called them all kinds of shit. You mother. I'm playing.
never received another
I'm sure you handled it respectfully, sir.
raise until CP24's on-air staff unionized. That was in 2019. I believed that the union would act in my best interest, but they didn't. Prior to the union, I asked for a raise time and time again, and I was denied, told that there wasn't even $1 to give me. This as I watched white male colleagues, some who had never been on TV before, get 6-figure contracts. This hurt so much, so very much. I was young, guys. I was building my career, worked so hard, always said yes, always available, worked every weekend, every long weekend, every holiday. Why? To show and prove to management that I'm reliable, I'm hardworking, and I was always ready to do more. I had to hustle for my livelihood. I had to freelance. I was making significantly less than any of my colleagues every 2 weeks from CP24. This, of course, if I didn't fill in. Not every week is the same for a freelancer. I worked 2 days a week with no other guaranteed shifts. My hand was forced to work outside of that. Management was uncomfortable, but couldn't offer me more. So I fought to freelance, and I fought to survive. I built a very successful career freelancing. Yet I still held on to hope that I would lock in a part-time or full-time gig at CP24, CTV, and Bell. I kept showing up. I kept applying. I was the strongest candidate for every position I applied for. My skill and my talent was verbally celebrated by all levels of management at Bell. But that was just lip service. I kept hearing no. What was
Keep talking, Shorty. Keep on talking. Keep talking.
told that the right opportunity, it will come. Does this mean because I was cementing a career as a freelancer that it was okay to continue to be at the bottom of the pay scale at Bell? Does this mean that if you are a successful person outside of your job, that your employer can pay you less? I communicated my interests at Bell. I made it very clear that I would leave it all for a stable gig at CP24, CTV, and Bell. But still I heard no. So I kept filling in. This past summer, the summer of 2022, I was told I could no longer accept freelance gigs without permission, that it would be a conflict of interest to the company. Fine, I would give up my entire freelancing career. But where was my offer for more within Bell? Oh, there wasn't one. Nothing extra. From Bell, while I was impeding my ability to freelance, how would I survive? How could I live?
How, Sway?
I wouldn't. They wanted control, to see me lose. And here's where I realize I'm done. All the hope I was holding on to was merely false. There remains a severe gender and race wage gap at CP24. I have colleagues who hold the same positions as male colleagues, but the females, they make much less. And I, too, am an example of this. In the weather department, one maid of 4 employees 2 white men, 1 white woman, and myself. I was at the bottom of the scale and made significantly less than the males, though I constantly filled in for those men over the 11.5 years.
I wonder, is it because I'm black?
Despite my hard work and dedication to the company, I made a fraction of what my white male counterparts make. I was told news anchors can't host CP24 breakfast, and hosts can't read or touch the news. Yet I recall at least 3 of my news anchor colleagues constantly filling in as host. As well, why is the Black community not represented on CP24 breakfast? Where are the Black individuals on this show? When a Black person would be present on the show, it was just like I, filling in. No.
And remember, Brandon Gonez.
No permanent Black representation on CP24. There is great representation throughout CP24, throughout the day on CP24, I was told. So that made it okay to lack Black representation on Toronto's #1 morning show.
You know what? Okay, I think I'm done with this. Yo, give me an Emmy, man. I'm producing here today, man. It's off the dome. It's off the dome, fam. It's off the dome, fam. Let me go over to CP24. Y'all think she should be suing? I'm pretty much done with the segment here. Okay, I'm gonna talk to my co-host tomorrow. We're gonna wait on Zoe to give her response tonight, or she's probably responding right now as we speak. Okay, she's probably like fully yelling. I wish they were live streaming it right now so we could hear what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I should have done? I should have been Mixie and be like, yo, you should invite me to the pod tonight, fam. I'd like to pull up. Okay.
Police say a woman wanted in connection.
We got a white man and an Asian woman. Okay. Chinese Canadian. Big salute to Jennifer Shun. All right. Hold on. I'm just checking through. Okay. What's Arda?
One person is facing.
Arda Zarkarian. What is she? What's her race? Arda Zarkarian. I'm not sure just from hearing the name. But she looks like she's like Arab. She could be Egyptian. Okay, so they got some reps. They got some representations. Listen, I watched this channel heavy, fam. Yeah. Listen, man. Salute to Patricia J. Salute to Zoe. Okay. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I am waiting for the response. Okay. So stay tuned, gang. All right. To be continued. What else do I got on the docket over here? Oh, okay. So this is gonna be a heavy civic duty live over here. We do have a couple of hip-hop topics that we definitely got to get to, but as you can see from the thumbnail, there's 3 policemen. There ain't no rappers on the thumbnail. So I got to get heavy on my civic duties. And one of the things that has always concerned a lot of us is racial discrimination amongst the police force that's supposed to protect and serve us. All right. Racial profiling has always been a thing. A lot of mans won't wear baseball caps in cars. A lot of mans won't drive with 2 or 3 of their brethren because they're worried about getting pulled over, not even doing anything wrong. They just might not have like their insurance right or whatever. That's been a thing for years. Carding has been a heavy thing. And, you know, the police and the government have been up and down in the ways they've tried to change that, even though in the end of the day, it really feels sometimes that nothing has changed. All right. Police have shot guys thinking that they're going in their jacket for guns and pulling out phones. And I'm talking about Montreal as well as over here in Toronto. In Montreal, there were 16 policemen that were suspended with pay for police brutality, racial discrimination, with one of the main things that was one of the most egregious things was them collecting and keeping dread trophies from past arrest. So I suppose they're arresting guys, chasing them down. Let me get one of them dreads. You done what? That pestanek, give me your dreadlock, tabarnak. Right? And they keep that shit and they keep it as trophies. They go show their wife and their kids, look at this, look at that nasty hair, right? So like that's basically how they're moving. Like for real. So here's the thing. The Montreal mayor, right? Long story short, the Montreal mayor is a woman, right? She seems like native looking or something like that from what I can see when I see her in videos. But her husband is a black man, all right? And with such a racist province that I was born in and raised in, and with such a racist police force from place to place all over, from the South Shore all the way to inside Montreal, Laval, wherever, right? Montreal Nord, bare racist policemen. But the woman who's running the freaking city has a black husband, and her husband had actually been racially profiled mad times. So I'm going to play a news report, and then we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive because obviously this racial discrimination goes on all across Canada, and there's multiple cases that just happened over here too. So let's pull up our video over here and let's get into it.
Montreal's mayor says her husband, who is black, has been randomly stopped by police while driving on multiple occasions.
I mean, like many other black people and Arab people in the city and the racialized people, this happens too many times.
She's asking for a moratorium on random police checks. The call comes 1 week after a rare late-night news conference by the Montreal police chief. Fadi Deguerre revealed the Montreal North Patrol Unit has been disbanded over racism allegations. 2 officers have been suspended, 14 others reassigned. Martinez Ferrata says a moratorium would be a good first step to repair relations with a community that is outraged.
I think we have to ask ourselves a question. I think it is also a way to rebuild the trust with citizens, and it's something that I think the police should be looking into.
She wants to see officers equipped with body cameras. There is already $40 million in the city budget.
They don't wait a minute. They don't have body cameras in Montreal? That's a super idiot thing.
It is also a way to rebuild the trust with citizens, and it's something that I think the police should be looking into.
She wants to see officers equipped with body cameras. There is already $40 million in the city budget for it, but the province still needs to approve.
This will not solve the problem. This is one tool that we have in our toolbox, but it's not the whole thing.
Les gestes qui ont été posés sont totalement inadmissibles.
The premier says the officers' actions were unacceptable. According to media reports, they ripped out or cut off people's dreadlocks and collected them like trophies.
Ripped out or cut out people's dreadlocks and collected them like trophies. Like basically torturing the freaking the suspects.
There are calls for an independent public inquiry. Christine Frechette has not ruled it out, but says the province would assign an observer to the police investigation.
We want to see the results of that inquiry before identifying the next steps. But I'd say that everything is on the table so far, but we need to first see the results of the current actions.
Montreal police was supposed to present its annual...
Hold on. That woman speaking right there, racist. I'm not trying to defame her. I could just see it in her eyes. I can see the racism in her eyes. Okay? As somebody who has been around many of these type of ladies over here with the little short bob, yeah, they don't like us, fam. They don't like us. So I don't know if I could trust the words coming out of her mouth. All right? She got a racist face. Him too. This guy right here. Yeah. I don't trust none of them.
Steps, but I'd say that everything is on the table so far, but we need to first see the results of the current actions.
Montreal police was supposed to present its annual report on Monday, but it's been postponed. Instead, Montreal is summoning its police chief to a closed-door meeting to discuss the allegations of racism within his own force. Olivia O'Malley, CTV News.
So, I'm going to play this other video that does a deeper dive because the racism is not just only in Montreal, obviously, but I have a video and I'll pull it up in front of the screen right now. And let's clear out some windows. Bong, 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 bong. Okay. Toronto and Montreal police under investigation amid ongoing racism and corruption scandals. Let's get into it.
Shaken following
Canadians' trust in police has been shaken following a series of high-profile issues in recent months, including in Montreal, where police are in the spotlight over allegations of discrimination and racial profiling.
What we saw last night is totally unacceptable.
The trust has been broken. We don't think that they can investigate themselves.
Community groups are demanding an independent public inquiry, transparency and reforms within the police service after several officers were suspended and others reassigned for alleged acts by officers that have been called degrading, racist and incompatible with police work. Leaders advocating for the city's Black community are also calling for more training and recruitment of officers who reflect the communities they serve.
This is a painful and unsettling moment. It needs to be addressed openly, and it needs to be addressed honestly.
And in a completely different nature of a scandal, allegations of corruption and criminal activity in Toronto Police Service. The officers are accused of leaking information to organized crime figures who then use the information to target members of the public and properties. Toronto Police Service has launched 2 anti-corruption initiatives, and the City of Toronto is investigating the privacy implications. Joining me now is former president of the Toronto Police Association, Craig Bromell, for this conversation. Good evening and thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
I want to discuss the larger picture with you about what's happening with the police forces here. So what message do you think these allegations, both in Toronto and Montreal, send about public trust in policing across Canada?
Don't trust them.
It definitely damages it. And I think at times like this, that we have to remember that this is a small group of a very large police service in Montreal. Since this announcement, the police officers have gone about their job. They are protecting all communities there. And I think we have to really push that message that the vast majority of the police officers in Montreal, really anywhere in this country, are doing his and her job properly, the way they've been trained by the rules. Again, we have to emphasize that over and over again, because if it paints all police officers with the same brush of allegations like this, it's very dangerous. It becomes an officer safety issue. And I think they have to work overtime to get the trust of the communities back. But
this is why, and this is for the people who are just popping into the live now. Big salute to Bud Tender Dad. Big salute to everybody who's been popping in the live. Dark Dream, Nightmare. I played a video in the beginning of the live stream with Officer Dennis Dunkley, who we did an interview with last year sometime, about maybe 6 months ago. And that was a great interview. I wouldn't even call it an interview. It was an episode of the podcast and a great conversation, okay? And he's a really nice guy. And I feel like from the vibe that I get from him, a genuine guy. So I played that to also prove that not all police, from what I've seen, okay, are corrupt and fucked up or assholes and, you know, look at you crazy because they wear the blue suit and got a gun and you don't, or they were all bullies in school or bullied in school and then turned into tough guys once they got a badge and a gun. Like, nah, homie was a rapper before he was a Christian rapper. Like he was able to whoop ass before he was a policeman, and now he's got a gun and probably can still whoop ass. Like, you know, you can't paint all of these policemen with one brush, even though there has been several cases of corruption and racial discrimination, to be honest, like several in the last few months.
At the same time, we have to remember that this is a small group of thousands of officers, very professional officers in the city of Montreal.
Let's talk about the reactions that have come in and the actions that both police services, whether it's in Toronto or in Montreal, are taking post these allegations have surfaced. Are you satisfied with the line of action?
I am. I think it's in the province of Ontario, there's an inspection going on regarding corruption in the province. There's nothing wrong with an independent investigation, inquiry, inspection. There's nothing wrong with that. Because again, I'm going to repeat this several times, the vast majority of the police officers would welcome that because they are doing their jobs out there. And many, many times since this announcement and this particular community, the police officers have rushed to help people, and they've done their job, they've protected, and they've served all communities in Montreal and Toronto.
Right. Now,
right. Most of them are good. Just only a few bad apples.
We've seen, of course, many people come out and protesting after these incidents and these allegations have come to light. My question being, what steps? We are having this conversation today, but additionally, what steps should police leaders take now to reassure the public and maintain confidence in their officers and the services who continue to protect Canadians?
Well, they've taken those steps, whether it's Montreal or Ontario. Those steps are in place now. They are investigating it. I believe they will get to the bottom of it. You know, one question that comes up all the time with situations like this is it should be a question, why? Why did this happen? Were there issues? Were there proper supervision in place? Many times, and I think here in Montreal also, you're going to find there may have been a lack of supervision. There might have been signs before that this was about to happen. Did supervisors of all rank turn a blind eye to this? And I think you're going to find that that should be looked at also. I think that the situation is very similar across the board when it comes down to officers that are not performing their duties the way they've been trained, or they go outside of their duties, whether it's an administration problem or a criminal problem. And I think what I've witnessed firsthand is we're going to find that this is a supervision issue.
A supervision issue across Canada, from multiple divisions to divisions and province to province, city to city. I don't know. I feel like it's more of an idea, like a thought process. I'm seeing the word right here, ideology, right? I feel like the police have like a superiority complex, most of them, and it's something that's been inbred from time when they were overseers and slave catchers and all types of shit. Okay, that type of shit, it gets passed down. And it becomes the predominant mindset of whatever division and whoever gets to the top of the division. It can be rooted out, I guess, by captain to captain, where, okay, we had one captain who was very fair and he wasn't racist and whatever, and he gave everybody opportunities. But when he resigns, then what? Okay, it's all dependent, I guess, if they're saying depending on who's managing or who's being the captain of whatever division. Those guys don't stay in long. And what if the captain gets popped off and then the guy who takes over is a super racist, right? We had Mark Saunders over here for multiple years, a black man. It didn't mean that there wasn't a bunch of racial discrimination that was happening in the police station. He's one man. How is he supposed to freaking control, I don't know how many thousands of police from district to district all over, or precinct to precinct all over, right? He doesn't know how many guys are driving around freaking hitting motherfuckers with nightsticks in their ribs and shit like that just because they see some dreads on their head. He don't know. He might have done some of that himself on his way up to the top. Who knows? How do you become a police chief? You might have to, cut a few corners, do a little dirt. You never know. So I don't know, man. It's hard to say, okay, well, it can't be fixed, or if you want to fix it, like I'm not going to be one of these idiots saying like, oh, well, then defund the police. So then when somebody's house gets robbed, who the fuck you going to call? A mental health expert? No, you still need police, but there needs to be some kind of checks and balances as far as even letting people get in the door, right? Maybe some kind of like a super purge. Get rid of all of the bad apples that you can find, right? Start a new way of maybe people looking at policing as something that is communal rather than us against them. It sounds very utopian. So I'm just saying a lot of words that are probably never going to happen, but those are the only ways I see that we're going to even get anything done. It can't just be like, okay, we get rid of change a couple of captains and police will stop being racist. Like, yeah, not going to happen, fam. Not going to happen. But staying on police, all right, because yes, there has been multiple shootings, deaths. It almost seems like there has been a war on the police. and maybe it's based on some of the things that I said in this last segment, you know, the racial profiling, the brutality and all these different things. Now, I think a lot of people are just fed up and they're fighting back. There has been 3 different policemen, as you can see on the thumbnail for this live stream, 3 different policemen who have been shot and killed in the last 2 weeks. Okay, from here to Montreal. So I'll play something right now. Okay, police and community reacts to violence on the job. So we'll talk about all 3 first, and then we'll break down one by one.
2020, there have been more than 15 police officers murdered across this country.
That staggering statement by the OPP commissioner came on Monday morning within minutes of a police officer being gunned down in Montreal, the 3rd officer killed while on the job in a matter of weeks.
There's a brazenness there today that perhaps didn't exist, a decade ago.
The president of the Ontario Association of Chiefs of Police says he believes violence against frontline officers has become more prevalent in recent years.
And while we talk about the loss of life, I think it's equally important to talk about the near misses, that the incidents where officers are, disproportionately impacted. We can't simply look at the statistics in terms of deaths, but also the injuries that are happening and the psychological impact that officers face when they go out there and are encountering very violent people with greater frequency.
According to researchers at the University of Ottawa who track police deaths across the country, 416 officers have died while on duty since 1962.
A short-term cluster doesn't necessarily make for a longer-term trend.
And while it may feel like a wave, criminology professor Justin Piché says officers are less likely to die as a result of violence now than decades ago due to a variety of reasons, including better training and better health care. He says vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death, followed closely by gunfire.
Canada's a huge country. There's 75,000 police officers, 40 million people.
75,000 police officers for 40 million people. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a lot.
Research can only do so much. A lot of this is unpredictable, and there's only so much that can be done to prevent it and foresee it.
On Monday, OPP Commissioner Thomas Carrique said the roadside killing of Constable Greg Priscilla back in 2022 is one example of a preventable death, and he's hoping the sweeping changes coming to the criminal code will result in fewer tragedies.
The changes we will see in Bill C-14, I hope and I pray, if executed as designed, will prevent further violence in our communities. It will protect your police officers. It will protect victims of crime.
Here in Toronto, Constable Mark Pinizzotto will be laid to rest on Wednesday. The mayor and the chair of the Toronto Police Service Board will also be introducing a motion to City Council to identify the best way to commemorate the ETF officer through the naming of a city asset.
Wow, they're gonna name a city asset, probably name a street after this nigga.
Outside Police Headquarters, Shauna Hunt, City News, Toronto.
Probably give him a little street in Little Italy and shit. Respectfully. So I'm also gonna play the aftermath of the police shooting that happened yesterday in Montreal, or not yesterday, a couple of days ago now in Montreal. And that was where a call was made. Police came to a call. Where a man, I guess, was reported to have a gun. When they arrived on the scene, the man seemed to have ambushed him, in my opinion. But I guess the man started firing at the policeman. The policeman returned fire. Multiple people got hit, and a couple people died, including a police officer.
What a difficult day and difficult days to come.
Monday in Montreal's Côte-des-Neiges borough, an SPVM police officer, a civilian, and a suspect were killed after a shootout between a hotel and a commercial residential building next to Descaries Boulevard and Courtrai Avenue. Just over 24 hours after the incident, here there is still a heavy police presence visible in the area, with many streets still closed to traffic. The officer who died was 34-year-old Mohamed Lamine Benredouane and the civilian 68-year-old Michael Mizrahi.
horrific. I mean, doesn't it, when they say it's the first policeman shot in 25 years, that doesn't help the situation. It's a civilian, a police officer.
The first one shot in 25 years sounds like, okay, well, shit, ain't no policeman never get shot. But I'm looking at the frequency inside the last space in the space of time, right? This is all within the last 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks.
Just horrific.
It's one of those things you start to think what's going through people's minds to carry out something as tragic as this.
Hope that it will never happen again, and people will feel safe in Montreal.
The alleged shooter has been identified by the Quebec coroner as 25-year-old Seth Scott Hatfield from Lethbridge, Alberta. It has also been confirmed that Hatfield was a student at the University of Lethbridge.
To the city.
So what the hell are you doing in Montreal to pop off cops? This is why I'm like, this is some conspiracy shit. I feel like he came down here on a mission or came down there on a mission.
Scott Hatfield from Lethbridge, Alberta. It has also been confirmed that Hatfield was a student at the University of Lethbridge.
To the citizens of Côte-des-Neiges who witnessed the horrifying scenes yesterday, from far or from close, to everyone who struggled to sleep last night, please know that we are with you, that we...
Yo, walk one. Okay. Side note, no sidetrack, no sidetrack. And let me just read this over here on the screen. Mark Penzinato, my bad, will have a park named in his honor in Mississauga. He's from there. Taram is supposed to have one named after him in Brampton. Oh yeah, the next Indian cop, or not the Indian cop, he was Asian if I'm not mistaken, who was shot in Brampton. Or, yeah, East Asian. But yeah, what I was saying, sidetrack, no sidetrack. Montreal mayor of the whole city, right? This woman seems like a woman of color, or maybe she just got a tan, right? NDG mayor, Filipino lady. Interesting. Very progressive over there in Montreal.
Cried with you last night.
There are also a number of media reports suggesting that the shooting was linked to a 105-page manifesto allegedly encouraging citizens to shoot police officers, and that it expressed hatred toward women and...
What? Look, the manifesto said what?
That we cried with you last night.
There are also a number of media reports suggesting that the shooting was linked to a 105-page manifesto allegedly encouraging citizens to shoot police officers, and that it expressed hatred toward women and spoke of the incel movement.
One of the goals of these manifestos is to radicalize individuals as well, give them access to this type of content. It creates communities and sub-communities, and we know of forums that are completely dedicated to this group. We know that there is chat groups. We know that there is information on the dark web as well. And it seems to be a growing problem. This is not the first time that we've seen this in Canada.
I can comment on the manifest. What I've seen in social media is unacceptable.
I think she's whatchamacallit, Portuguese.
Lethbridge police in Alberta said Tuesday morning they were conducting a high-risk search at a home, and the police force also said they had evacuated several neighboring residences and were asking members of the public to avoid the area.
I want to reassure Montrealers that Montreal is safe and that we need to rely on each other.
Gareth Maddox-Jones.
So, incel movement. I saw one post about the incel movement. Yo, what is happening? Oh, right here. Is that the video that I have up next? Because that's some creepy shit. Incel movement and bum.
We're seeing a troubling rise.
What is happening? Okay, let me play this video here first, and then we'll go back to this other one here. Because if they're talking about the incel movement, are they talking about Myron and Clav and all of them? Like the people who watch their streams? Because, and other people too, not just them. You know, sometimes people will say guys like mediocre tutorials and reviews. He's been put in a lawsuit in the past, or some kind of like suit in the past where, excuse me, where they're saying that their ideologies are influential to young men and causing them to, sometimes get to the point of even harming women and stuff. Yes, the RP juicy hamburger, right? I'm not, I don't even know if I could put it on the screen, because sometimes just saying the word red pill, right, that I just said, and like I don't think it's like, it's just words. Like I might need a red pill for some medicine or something, but the movement has become so toxic that even YouTube is starting to recognize, don't put it in your title or that video might get demonetized. No, don't worry about it. It's not a thing. But I can't put it in a title and be like, red pill man, or I might have to be like, doing a what do you call it? An appeal to YouTube to see if it can get completely monetized, which is wild, because that means Andrew Tate, right? He's been banned in multiple schools in the UK. Kids from watching his videos or anything, playing of anything in any of the schools, because he's influencing men in the wrong way. These same men, they call them incels. All right, this is a word that gets thrown around on the internet all the time. So then to take that name and then wrap it into the police shootings that are happening right now, ooh, what a tangled web we weave.
Of violent incidents against police officers in this country, from the death of an officer in Montreal yesterday to various incidents across the GTA. To talk more about it, we're joined by Scott Mills from the Ontario Provincial Policing Association. Thanks so much for being here, Scott.
Well, thanks for having us, Jane.
First off, how is the policing community doing? 3 police officer deaths in just 1 month, Montreal, Toronto, OPP. What are you hearing from your community?
The policing community is devastated, pretty much in mourning, has been for the last couple months, and it just seems every day there's new bad news, and it's a lot.
Can you talk about the impact this is having on officers and how they approach the job?
Well, us as a police association, we represent over 10,000 members of the Ontario Provincial Police, and we sent a message out yesterday just saying be vigilant of your surroundings and take extra precautions. If you're going out on patrol, if at all possible, put two officers in a car, so you've got some backup right there.
And is there any rhyme or reason as to why we're seeing an uptick in deaths or violence towards police in recent months?
Incels.
I don't think anybody can explain it, Jaden. Every circumstance is different. We're just trying to get by right now. The good thing about the—
Should I be playing Talib Kweli in the background?
The policing communities, we all do come together, and we're very resilient, and we're very committed to serving and protecting the community, and our members are out there. You saw them.
Oh, hold on. Who's this one over here? This one might work undercover right here with all the tattoos up her neck and shit. Holy. What is she? She looked like she used to work at the Ripper Club, bro. Damn. I can get it still.
And our members are out there. You saw them the other day at Provincial Constable Tarambali's funeral, standing in the rain. I was there watching what you have on your screen right now, and these officers didn't flinch. They didn't move, and it wasn't just police officers. It was civilian members of the policing community as well that were standing there, and they were there to honor our colleague, and we'll be doing that again tomorrow, unfortunately, in Toronto, and there'll be another police funeral in Montreal, no doubt, coming up very soon. So,
and unfortunately,
it's a lot to take.
Yeah, unfortunately, that support is going to continue to be needed.
look like he's gonna
Again,
cry.
so sorry for, what's happening at this time. Before I do let you go, Scott, I have to ask, oftentimes these dangerous situations police are in involve repeat offenders, individuals out on bail. Your thoughts on the recent announcement from the government on bail reform and stricter punishment for repeat offenders?
We've been advocating for that as a police association, along with our police association and police service colleagues for years and years and years. So we're very happy to see those changes, where there's going to be approximately 80 different changes, and the focus is on repeat violent offenders and keeping the community safer. So I think the policing community feels like we've been heard, and now the laws implemented, and now we have to just
Let me pause this for a second. It's almost at the end of the video. I feel like this uptick in police shootings, it might be coincidental. It might be some kind of conspiracy. It sounds like super PR for this new bill that it's about to be a law, and it's about to be a law in July, right? So in a few days from now, that new bail reform bill is going to be a law. So every time I'm watching a news story, they mention the bail reform bill. Like, hopefully the bail reform bill will be able to help us from losing our officers on the force, because they're going to keep these guys in jail longer and make it harder for them to get out. Like, nigga, like, the amount of police that get shot from when they're talking per year or the last 10 years is minimal in comparison to a lot of other places. So we're worried more about the criminals not getting at the civilians in the street. Y'all got guns. Us, we don't. Okay, it's y'all job to actually catch these criminals. And I'm not saying it's, just catch them and once you shoot them and when they were trying to shoot you. I understand shit happens. But that bail reform bill, even though, yes, it is there to help them too, it's mainly for us, the citizens. But every time I'm hearing about a police shooting, I'm hearing about the bail reform bill. I'm just saying it's very coincidental. Just saying.
Get the administration of all those changes happening. It's not going to actually start till July, but it's a slow moving machine. So
right.
We're on the right track.
Well, my thoughts are with you and the community for everything that's going on. And again, with Mark Pinizzotto's funeral tomorrow. Thanks so much for your time, Scott Mills with the Ontario Provincial Policing Association.
Okay, so this video right here that keeps on popping up on the timeline, bro. Like, this is getting a heavy SEO push right now. What can we learn about incel ideology following deadly Montreal attacks? Yo, bro, I feel like I'm going down a scary wormhole right now, but let's go.
And here to help us understand the broader picture is Justin Ling. He is a Toronto Star columnist, and he has written about incel culture and ideology extensively. He joins us from Montreal. Justin, as someone who's studied these communities for a long time,
he kind of look incel in the face too.
What reaction are you seeing online to what happened in Montreal?
Yeah, it's the same thing as every previous attack we've seen over the last 10 plus years in the online spaces where these, self-proclaimed incels gather. It's celebration. It is jubilance. It is this sort of fetting of another one of their own, striking back against a system that they think has sort of deprived them of meaning and companionship, a system that they think is going to put them down and marginalized them. I'm not being hyperbolic here. Literally, they're calling him a hero and a saint.
Wow.
They're likening him to Elliot Rodger, who is really kind of the first icon of the incel movement, let's say. He's a guy who launched a mass.
1 second, gang. Elliot Rodger Manifesto, My Twisted World. Elliot Rodger Manifesto. Elliot Rodgers is a 22-year-old British American mass murderer who killed 6 people and injured 14 others near the University of California, Santa Barbara, on May 23rd, 2014, before dying from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Driven by severe misogyny and extreme sexual frustration, Rodger left behind a detailed manifesto and YouTube video that permanently altered the internet landscape, turning him into a foundational figure for the modern online incel involuntary celibate subculture. Ooh, that's the guy. I am that. I've seen this guy before. Wow.
Mass shooting at his university in California in 2014. And subsequently, you've seen round after round of other incels committing similar acts of violence and being kind of put in this kind of pantheon of incel terrorists by their kindred spirits.
Can you put that reaction into perspective for me? Is this something that over the decade or so that you've been following it or we've been aware of it, is it something that's growing, or is this the same number of people online talking to each other?
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty stable, you know.
And I saw the comment about sending me the DM with the shooting. I have seen multiple angles of the shooting, including last night we played an angle where it showed a very gruesome sight of the officer getting shot and blood and everything like that. So yeah, I'm not playing that on the screen, but thank you.
I first started looking into these online communities more than a decade ago, particularly after the 2018 van attack in Toronto that you probably remember that killed more than 10 people. Back then, we were looking at a number of different online spaces, probably hundreds, more, maybe thousands of people in them. Today is much the same. Some different spaces, some the same. We're still talking about hundreds, maybe thousands of people, maybe tens of thousands, but I think that's probably a little, overboard. And thanks to some research we've had over the last couple of years, we know that many of the people in these communities have stayed in them for a number of years. Some new people have come in, some people have left and come back, but we're looking at a relatively small, but really kind of nihilistic, angry community that is in some cases celebrating violence, and in some cases is actually encouraging it and even committing it. So this is difficult. These are not big online spaces. They're not on major platforms. We don't even know where some of these websites are hosted in many cases. We don't know who runs them. But in many cases, we don't know who's posting on them either. Most, if not all, of these accounts are anonymous. So it's hard to say if it's growing, shrinking, or remaining the same, but we know that these spaces have remained relatively popular amongst this community for quite some time.
Whoa. What do you mean it's hard to know if it's growing? If I just put in, you know what, let me go to ChatGPT. That's my favorite. That's my new Googles. Okay. Let's go to ChatGPT. This is from yesterday, so let's get a new chat going on. Fuck out of here. Show me pics of new incel influencers. Let's do that. I'm putting 2 L's. Oh yeah, it's not even a proper word. Let's see what they give us. Hit that like button, gang. We working out here. Thank you. I was like, yo, is ChatGPT gonna read my mind of who I think are the face of the incel movement? And I was like, nah, ChatGPT gonna make me look crazy out here and pull up a bunch of like random niggas. Like, nah, B, they pulled up exactly who I was thinking of. Andrew Tate, Clavicular, Sneeko, who else? Myron Gaines, and why do you got to be from Barbados, brother? Walter Weeks. Who else we got over here? There's Clav again. They're just bringing up the same youths. There's other ones. This is the face of the incel movement. Okay? It's mutated or changed, but the fringes of it, the dark web versions of these guys are who they're saying are shooting police.
What is driving young men to join communities like these?
Well, I mean, that's it. So you're looking at a whole bunch of different things, but I think really central to it is this internet addiction, right? It's this falling into a vortex where you find kinship amongst other people who have been bullied, who might have rough home lives, who might agree with you politically. We know that sort of far right, anti-Semitic, anti-female, racist philosophies tend to kind of cut across these communities. You might find people who have also been bullied, who also feel have.
You mean these guys? Wait there, these guys? Maybe not Andrew Tate, but Andrew Tate, yes. Okay, because Andrew Tate, he's been charged for I don't know how much stuff, human teeing and grape and underaging and all type of idiot thing. This guy running around telling people that they're chimping, calling mans the N-word with the hard ER. He's just like Chud, just a prettier version. Pause. This guy excusing it. You know what I mean? Like, wait, what? It's just a word, right? Y'all remember academics had to duff him out on a debate? Like, well, it's just a word. Okay, well then say F Allah. Oh, well, that's different, right? This guy, he's not racist. He's against his own self. Mans have to pull up his card how many times a week about how, like, oh, you're a Sudanese from this place and that place. Like, bro, these mans are like rage bait experts. And the rage bait they use is gracism. And they are the leaders. Okay, not only gracism, misogyny like a mofo. All right. Everything is shut up, bitch, get in the kitchen, all that type of stuff. And listen, I know a lot of times we joke, we kid over there on the We Love Hip Hop podcast. You know, we call ourselves We Love Red Pill and stuff like that. We really aren't, okay? Not to say that we're some progressive, blue-haired, septing ring nose ass motherfuckers. We're not, okay? But we're fair as fair. We're not gonna. I know how to cook. I can cook well. I wash dishes like a motherfucker. All right. So it's not like, oh, gal them need to cook and clean and shut the fuck up. Like, nah, I don't move that way, fam. All right. You know what I'm saying? We just do what we do, and whoever is gonna handle it handles it. All right, bills, whatever. It's not about, oh, you're a woman, I'm a man. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Are we trying to live or are we not? All right. Look at some of these other names over here. Nico Keen, De Belize. I don't even. Oh, that's Nico. That's Nico's name? Holy. But these guys, dangerous.
Really bad self-worth, who feel like they can't find friends or a partner, who feel intensely lonely and alone. They find each other on these online spaces and they kind of clump together. And
sorry to keep on stopping the video. Easy Factor says maybe all the salt in our food causes anxiety and depression, and then YouTube becomes their only source or enjoyment. Listen, some of these guys, and listen, I'm always down for donation, right? Feel free to donate. But I've watched Fresh and Fit in their heyday, and the audience that they've accumulated, you know, they're trying to do a self-improvement thing, but they've mutated and bastardized the self-improvement movement to make it into a whole other thing. The looks maxing thing that Clavicular is doing. Like, yeah, try to ascend and work out and all those different things at the root of it are good philosophies, but not from these guys and in the way these guys are delivering it and in the way that these guys think and move. All right. If we're going to go by what the red pill is supposed to be in its essence, it's supposed to be about self-improvement, but not these fucking clowns over here. Okay? Not these fucking clowns. I'm sorry. Right? Fam, right? You notice there's a weird connection with the red pill and the promotion of Islam, which is what they all do. Yes. And then here's what ends up happening on the backside. Pause. Especially because all of them are in America. Then a bunch of Islamophobia starts happening where people are like, oh, we got to watch for the Muslim guys because we have fucking weirdos like this representing and calling themselves Islam. Guys like freaking Cucko over here who are like, yeah, you know. I'm not even going to say like the Arabic words because that's disrespectful to use them in any type of context other than praising God. I get it. But these are your reps. Goofies like this. So then, of course, then people are going to look and be like, oh, that Muslim bad. Because the people who are so freaking famous and accumulating all of these clicks and views are clowns like this. Okay? It's serious religious propaganda, to be honest.
It feeds this sort of, like I said, addiction to the internet, but also an addiction to feeling miserable. And what you actually see in these spaces is a bullying between these incels who are looking for friendship from each other, right? You see them saying to each other, you're never going to find happiness. You're never going to find a partner. You're never going to be valued. And it puts them into this really, like I said, nihilistic, violent space that drives many of them to violence. And you actually see a counseling to violence, a counseling to suicide.
Watch this. Okay, I don't care about stopping the video because I'm just corresponding every point that he's saying. Wes Watson, look at the SEO. Let's start over. Refresh, just to show you guys, just to prove to you guys the SEO. Look, Wes Watson, first thing that pops up. Let me show y'all something. Let's do this. I don't want to see him working out. Pause. I'm not trying to see this goofy weirdo working out. The prison program. I paid $4,000 for this fitness course with Wes Watson. Holy shit.
The baddest show on the planet.
Bro, just message him, dude. He's going to yell at you. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. But like, bro, it's good. I was like, awesome.
This guy paid money for the course. This is your incel. He paid for this course. This is who's coming to shoot the cops.
But you mentioned he did it when you were speaking to him when he came on your podcast.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, okay, shit. And so I saw him at the gym one day, and I'm just like, yo. So Chris was telling me you did the Wes Watson thing. He's like, yeah, bro, just message him, dude. He's gonna yell at you. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. But like, bro, it's good. And I was like, awesome. So that day or the next day, I'm at the gym, and I messaged Wes Watson. I'm just like, hey, man, listen. I signed up for your course. I love your videos. I love the message that you're sending, man. I'd really like to learn from you.
Was the course like an actual course, or was it more like the community aspect that you liked?
I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to be getting from it, but from the sounds of things, I was just like, okay, I'm going to be brought into this community of his guys, and he's
what community? The incel community?
Got these conference calls on the weekend where you sit in on these calls and you get all these people that are like networking. And so I thought, it's one, the community, but two, you know what I mean? If I'm like joining this guy's team, whatever, you know, it's all these people holding each other accountable. And I'm constantly going to be seeing these people that are like putting their best.
That catchphrase right there, men as a man, we overuse it. Okay? I'm going to have a truth moment with y'all as a grown-ass man. As a man who's used this versus, you know, my woman, right? You don't take accountability. You never take accountability, right? This guy's talking about, I need to have a, you know, a community so I can have an accountability partner or somebody to hold me accountable, hold me accountable. If we're so quick to say that women aren't accountable for shit, why the fuck do you need to go to Wes Watson and pay $4,000 so that you can be accountable for your goals, for your ascension, so that you can have this goofy yell in your face for 4 racks? Okay, a lot of men, myself included, sometimes they're not as accountable as we think. All right, sometimes we might have to do a inner search in ourselves and be like, and do some inventory and be like, are we? Every time that we say, you know, you need to be, you need to be accountable for your actions. Are we also being the same? Okay, just something to just put on the table, some food for thought. All right. Yes, we're supposed to be the logical ones, and women are supposed to be the emotional ones. But we can get emotional too, men. So think about that at the times that were you emotional or were you logical in a certain situation, and what accountability that you might need to take in anything in life that's happening in the past, present, or maybe can happen in the future. Because if these guys have to pay 4 racks for accountability, and then there's a bunch of people that are saying men are getting less sex, having less relationships, less marriage is happening and stuff like that, then there might be some type of checks and balances that need to be done on both sides, right? Men and women. But as men, we might not have it all figured out. I'm just saying. And I might be talking to myself.
Put forward and being the best version of themselves. And so I was just like, man, I want to be a part of that, you know? And so when I reached out to him, I was like, hey, I'm on your cheaper course right now. I was looking for the more expensive one, but I couldn't find it. And he reached out, he messaged me back, hey, brother, let's get after this. And like right away, I'm like, oh, shit. Because I've been watching him for a couple months at this point. Like,
why?
A lot. Anytime his video.
Why are you watching Wes Watson for like a couple of months? He's a loser. Have you ever seen Wes Watson? And then we're going to get back to this video, and then we're going to end this segment here. Is it in this video here? Look at this freaking weirdo.
So you may have remembered this on Earth is fucking far.
Message.
A program on how to get rich, as he is rich. How did he get rich himself? Well, that's actually not very clear. He was in prison, he's an ex-con, and he lied a lot about his previous story, being an ex-con, which we covered in my video, which you should go watch, that really talks about that in length. Him lying about his ex-con status, and a lot of people calling him out. There's actually a YouTube channel dedicated to calling him out, which I think is awesome. But I wanted to just go through and talk about his tomfoolery and show you.
Oh, guys, I've said it before. And as I'm driving to the gym in arguably one of the fittest places on earth, which is Miami, I still fucking see it. And it's just
Miami is not the fittest place on earth.
Okay, shut the fuck up. So yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy.
Them telling each other, go out and take some people with you. So it is a really toxic and horrendous ideology that is really centered around the internet, these communities, and this really intense hatred for women and society that they think has sort of left them alone.
I noticed the headline on your column in the Toronto Star today, Justin, said solutions to the problems of incel culture are hard to find. But given what you know, where do you think we should start in terms of solutions?
Listen, there's kind of no really bad ideas here. We know the federal government is pursuing new online social media safety legislation. It's relatively well tailored. I imagine that couldn't hurt, though these websites are not going to be happy with regulation. They're going to resist it and not abide by it all. We know they're trying to give police new tools to do online investigations. That probably couldn't hurt either. But really, we're talking about the need to find a way to reach these young men and fundamentally to convince them to log off, at the very least, from these online communities, but in particular from the internet altogether. I mean, we are seeing the effects of internet addiction, in some cases pornography addiction. We know that the shooter here targeted the headquarters of a major international online pornography company. That is a relevant bit here. But we also need to get them, off.
Of course it would be in Montreal, because Montreal is the sex capital of Canada. Oh, it's all coming together now. A major corn company is over there in Montreal, as it would be, and he went to the site of a major corn company building. Wow. Yeah. We cooked, super cooked, fricasseed, flame broiled.
Addictive online video games, addictive online spaces, off the addiction of feeling miserable all the time, getting them back in the real world. That really is the only solution here. There's going to be need for targeted interventions and therapy and counseling and support, which we have wildly underfunded in this country for a very long time. But fundamentally, it's going to have to start with, how do we convince these guys to fight their loneliness by going outside? And I know that sounds simplistic, but that really is step one, and we have not figured out how to do that yet.
I don't know what to tell you, brother. My depression levels just went down like another freaking notch again. Like, oh shit. Because in my mind, I'm like, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, family. We here now. Okay? The clip culture is pushing Clavicular to be the top viewed streamer with over 2 billion views in 1 year. It's too late. All right? The websites that are out there, yes, you got Discord and all these different places where people are getting together and having these discussions, but they've also mentioned the dark web. So how you can make as many regulations as you want. One, people are going to fight back because you can't mask people's freedom of speech, especially in America. And two, they just take it to the dark web anyway, and then they'll be able to consolidate some kind of plan and then come for your ass and pop some more police. I'm just saying, if there's a pipeline to the incel to shooting officers connection, then buckle up, because there's a lot of them out there. There's not a little bit. There's a lot of incels out there. Problem is, it's not the incel movement, and I don't want to sound like an old head. It's the social media internet movement. So much people are trying to connect online that we've disconnected. All right. We say happy birthday to each other in Instagram stories rather than freaking going to check your brethren and bunning a spliff with them for their birthday. Okay. Everything has been separated to the point where you're swiping left and swiping right on these apps, and half of the women or men who's swiping are not even real. And if these sites have a certain amount of swipes, okay, and this is from what I remember from years ago when I was still swiping left, swiping right, okay, Tinder, Bumble, all these different things. There's a certain amount of swipes that you can have before you pay. Once you get to your certain amount of swipes per day, right, you swiped right, oh, she's hot, she's hot, she's hot, she's hot, she's hot, she's hot, bing. Oh, you're out of your swipes for the day. Would you like to pay for the premium version of this? And this is, my hand is going up and down because that's the bouncing advertising that's just waiting for, if you pay, then you can get back to swiping left and swiping right. Okay. So now that's completely and if you're able to score, then it's taken away the, oh, this works online. Now I don't even have to go to the bar and do this shit no more. So we're trying to connect online, but we're disconnecting on road. You see a pretty girl on road and you don't even know what the fuck to say to her. Your nervousness that you used to have, like, yo, I'm a little bit nervous, but yo, I'm going in. I'm going in. And then you just say what you say, and then boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, that's your girlfriend for the next like 5 years or whatever. Like, remember that used to happen? I have old enough people in the chat that used to happen. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you met somebody on road and then that became your freaking boo for the next freaking 5 to 10 years. Let me know. 1 in the chat or 2 in the chat that has never happened. It's only happened via some kind of cybernetic communication, and then you met your boo that you're with for the next 5, 10 years. Okay? Let me know. 1 in the chat. If at one point in time, it doesn't mean that now, because the world has evolved. You might have met the woman that you're with or man that you're with via any of these sites. Now, that's cool. But I'm saying at some point in time in your life, you walked up to somebody and you said, hey, how you doing? I think you're attractive. My name is so-and-so. You know, what are you up to today? All that type of shit. Whatever it is that you said to get the shit cracking, you said it and it worked. Let me know. And then when it worked, it wasn't like, oh, you just smashed her out for a day. No, like that ended up being like your girlfriend or your boyfriend for the next, or you married them. Because that shit ain't happening no more. These kids are born with a swipe left, swipe right, going into DMs. You know, yo, let me send you a snap. You're meeting people, and before they even meet you in person, they send you nudes. I ain't mad at it. I'm not trying to fuck the game up for everybody, but if you never met this person in person ever in your life, and they're willing to send you nudes, that's an indictment on the way society moves these days, because you don't know who the hell is on the other side of the goddamn phone and you're sending fucking nudes. But that's what happens. It's happened to me before. Okay? The reason being because we're in an internet social media culture where we're so dependent and trusting on this that regular human interaction isn't even as important anymore before you send your naked body to somebody. Like, what? Huh? Like, really take that in, fam. So then it makes it harder for the average guy to be able to go and find a woman when they're walking on road or getting onto these apps, because the average guy can't win on these apps. You ain't got no whip. You don't got no cool pictures next to nobody. You don't know nobody. Your jobs makes the girl swipe left right away because you ain't making at least 80 to 120,000 a year or more. So you be getting swiped left all the time. You don't even know. You thought you were cute in your pictures, nigga. No, no, nigga. You might have thought you were cute, but your bank account too low. So you got swiped left. You're swiping that girl. You thinking, yo, hopefully we match. No, nigga, you broke to her because she has access in her DMs to Drake, Chris Brown, LeBron James. LeBronto might freaking give her a smash out if he comes back to Toronto. You never know. Okay, they're able to get together through the box, through this. So now your normal ass who works in her neighborhood is irrelevant. So guess what? Now less regular niggas, okay? And regular nigga is not a bad thing to be. It's actually the norm. That's what most people are, regular, right? Most regular niggas ain't getting as much chicks as they used to because they don't know how to do that thing that I just showed you guys earlier, walking up to a girl and saying hello, because our social interaction is like just diffused. Like they just took the plugs out of our social interaction. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is paying for bitches more than they actually meeting bitches. Women, sorry. But y'all know what I mean. Why y'all think all the Toronto mans be calling all these girls telly things? They're not all telly things. Y'all date some of these girls, but then they're all telly things when you break up with them, because a lot of them can be bought. A lot of them are selling their front in some kind of way, even if it's just not just straight out. They're selling it in some kind of way. They got an OF or they're actually selling their fucking fronts, or they're in the strippy. And you don't even be realizing. You're like, damn, I thought you just rap. So I think that's my rant for today when it comes to the police. Watch your head back. The incels are coming. All right. And yeah. I think I was trying to think who I can salute, but I'm not gonna salute the boy them. You know what? Yes, I will salute the boy them. Salute to some of the boy them that are cool. I seen the homie in the hood the other day, and I didn't give him a pound, but he said I love the show. I'm not gonna diss you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, man. I don't know if you're out there friggin' taking packs and taking niggas' dreads out. I hope you're not. If you watch We Love Hip Hop, then I would assume that you're one of the good police. Okay? Hopefully. Let's see. What kind of women are you going after? I ain't going after none of them. I'm good. I'm spoken for. You still in Parkdale? I am not. I have not been in Parkdale for a long time, low key. Probably since 2009 after I burnt my apartment down. I'm not gonna put it. I'm not salute to you, Wacky Productions, but you know it can get touchy. I can't put that comment on the screen, but I will put this one. Doomstown, stand up for real. Day. What happened to Gavin Newsom? Signed that rapper. Will be incriminated now if they use certain rhymes. Which rapper? What happened to Tom McDonald? What's he up to? I wonder if you're talking about him. Anyhow, let me see what else I got on my docket here. Oh, let me check on Streamer U real quick. Real quick. I applied for Streamer U, you know. I don't know if I'm gonna
I quit my full-time nursing job.
My bad. I don't know if I'm gonna get a response saying no or yes, or if it's a no, they just don't respond to you. But we'll see. We'll see even if Kai-Cenat or K-Cenat is coming down here. Right? I don't know if rapper in California. I don't know. I'm confused. But yeah, I don't know if he's gonna come here because Kai-Cenat has been moving around. He did a Atlanta auditions. He did a New York audition. Yo, come to Toronto, fam. Let me go to the audition. I actually have a game plan. If he does do a Toronto one and I get called in for the audition, as probably going to be one of the oldest ones that will be applying for Streamer U, I have a perfect game plan. And the game plan also involves like costumes and all types of shit. Trust me, gang, I got this. All right. But a lot of people have been going mod crazy, sick head, just acting wild, trying to get into the Streamer U shit. All right. I'm going to play a video from Deleted Villain. Oh my God. All right. Salute to Deleted Villain. I ain't got no smoke with you, homie. It says Streamer University applications burnt out or burnout.
To apply to Streamer University. I quit my full-time nursing job to apply to Streamer University. Hey Kai, my name's Osa, also known as Odonis, and I don't got no choice but to make this shit work now.
Wow, you quit your job, idiot.
Streamer burnout is an epidemic and we are sick. Collectively, as a society, we have been subjected to so much streamer content, so much streamer drama, so much streamer nonsense that our brains have genuinely started to shut down. Just mushy. Brain feels like a vulture might beat the shit out of it. You ever watch a stream clip and feel absolutely nothing? Like zero reaction. Brain is buffering, maybe even glitching. That's not you being unbothered. That's your body protecting itself. Your brain said no means no. It's telling you you have seen too much. You cannot process this shit anymore. If you want to understand exactly what is wrong with streaming culture today as we speak, all you got to do is look at what happened when Kai-Cenat said, "Come show me what you got."
I've been outside for 4 days. I've been sitting outside for 4 days just for the shit. Shit.
4 days.
I just took a risk and spent my rent money and booked an appointment with Erica Tay. I feel like getting my hair done by Erica Tay is an opportunity in itself. And I'm also trying to get accepted into streaming university, so no risk, no reward.
Man, even though I've been camping for 4 days since Thursday in LA.
Yo, I'm sorry, gang. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I don't want to end the video early. I'm not video done. I'm sorry, right? Freaking reaction done. Because in my mind, I'm like, shit. I'm not waiting for 4 days, bro. Are you sick? Like, if they come to Toronto, it's going to be the same shit. It's not going to be any less days. It might even be more. And I want to get into the university and whatever. And I know you got to do the in-person audition if you get accepted and whatever for the next step. Cool. But, brother, I'm not waiting 4 days in line up with a bunch of freaking YNs, bro. Okay, I could say YNs. I ain't waiting in line with these young niggas, bro. I might end up freaking scrapping one of these niggas, bro. Like, come on, fam. I can't take a... I might need to holler at Drizzy, bro. Shit, nigga. What?
For streaming university auditions, waited in line.
You look
since
so
6
sad.
a.m. Was hella committed, staying here. Still got denied from the staff. Didn't even get to get interviewed by Castanet. I would rather get denied in front of Castanet than get stopped and denied from the staff.
Kai, I literally quit my job.
No.
Now, yes, part of the reason is I quit my job is for streaming university. Yes.
The internet lost their entire fucking minds, and I can't even hold. I am enjoying it. This is pure cinema, peak entertainment. This is going to be funny as hell, and I am here for every single nonsense second of chaos. Streamer University got people acting like it's the real life Hunger Games. They are crashing out. It seems like nobody's going to college anymore. Everybody just want to speedrun success and hit the skip tutorial button. I mean, yeah, chase your dreams, absolutely, but damn. Have a backup plan. I'm over here at my big age doing school right now, and I'm doing content full time. I have no life. It's fine. But meanwhile, some of these people threw their entire academic career in the trash. Like, nah, I'm just going to stream and I mean, you got Ben Don out here trying to finesse his way into Streamer University at his big age. And before y'all start age shaming now.
At his big age, damn, that I must be a fucking dinosaur, my nigga. Holy.
We ain't doing that, but bro
like
was
35.
definitely trying to use Drake as his please let me in hall pass.
Hey, bro, quick question. Yeah, I'm on there, so don't say nothing stupid. I need your help to get in Streamer U. Don't make that face.
Why do you need my help?
Because Kai's like, call Champagne Poppy. If he says you can get in, you're in there.
Why you're like one of the biggest streamers in the world right now. Why do you need my help?
That's what the fuck I'm asking. He said I'm one of the biggest streamers in the world right now.
But tell him.
Oh, you're there.
Yeah, this is the Atlanta. Yeah, the Atlanta in person. Yes.
I thought he was at an Applebee's or something. What's up?
Wow. I didn't even catch the two sneak disses that Drake did this now. All right. Sorry. Eating. The one, like, yeah, why you want to be on that? You're one of the biggest streamers in the world already. Right? Like, why the fuck do you need to be on this guy's stream? Like, you hang out with me, my nigga. Wagwan. And two, once he's seen Kai, he dissed him to his face. Like, oh, I didn't know where you were. I thought you were at an Applebee's or something. Like, that place looks like shit. That don't look like a place where you go for an audition. You look like you're in some little shitty ass restaurant, nigga. Remember, Drake and Kai Cenat are not necessarily that cool. He's cool with Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat ain't cool. There's a lot of deep interwoven rapper or streamer beef going on there.
Hold on.
I'm not reading too deep into it, Juicy Hamburger. I'm reading just deep enough, okay?
Hey, yo, chill. What up, Drake? So tell him the thing that we talked about.
So he basically said he want to wear my chain so he could let me in Stream University.
No.
You want your own? Oh.
Hey, Ben, for the sake of your career, you better do what you got to do. Do whatever.
Okay, all right. That's all I need to say, brother.
What does that mean?
You've done worse for less.
I haven't done worse.
Remember that one time you had to do that one thing?
What the do he be talking about?
What does that mean?
We'll get you a chain, bro.
No, he didn't say that.
Yes, he.
No, I told you to tell him I wanted a chain, man.
He said whatever matters, get it done.
No, he didn't.
I can get you a fucking chain. It's a $100,000 chain. Ooh.
He is super.
They might be cool now, but it wasn't always cool. And this is a way of showing, oh, we cool now, but trust me, I'm looking just deep enough. Okay? Just deep enough.
Hey, yo, chill.
Super senior. This Soldier Boy came through acting a complete mess. He looked pathetic trying to promote his rapper university.
I know. So look. You think you'll be a rapper or a singer, or like singer? You'll be singing or you'll be rapping?
Nigga,
I'm trying to get Stream University. Fuck that rapping shit, nigga. Fuck this shit. Nah, fuck that. You talking shit? Fuck that shit. I'm out this bitch.
He thought he was slick trying to promote it on Deshay's stream, and Deshay wasn't having it. He curved him, embarrassed him. Honestly, I got secondhand embarrassment. Then
yo, this is embarrassing for real. This guy made Crank That. This guy made Swag On. Wake up in the morning, put my swag on. This guy produced for Nicki Minaj. And like a 19-year-old streamer is curbing him. Wow. Like this nigga got platinum plaques, fam. Platinum, not gold, platinum.
Then later he would get booted.
Go outside before we do something to you, man.
We gotta go outside? Yeah. You don't want him inside right now? No, they don't want him. They don't want him in the building. They don't want him in the building.
Get him out.
Soldier looked like T.O. in 10 years.
And at this point, everything is chaos. Everybody's everywhere. And like I said, the entire internet looks burnt the hell out. Streamer University last year was basically a bunch of insufferable streamers doing dumbass shit. Content slop, kind of like my channel, just sloppy. But for some reason, it was like crack. Every day, I was sitting there saying, this is terrible. Turn this diarrhea off. Then 5 minutes later, I'm right back at it, watching it like a crackhead that found another rock under the couch. I swear, watching streamer content got me feeling bipolar. 1 minute I'm sitting here like an angry auntie talking about, bruh, this shit is garbage. Turn this off. Then 10 seconds later, I'm cracking the fuck up like it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I've never actually watched one of these guys' streams. I'm not gonna lie. I might have watched like the top 5 stream because I'm like literally recording it while it's happening. Like, you know, like screen recording it. But I've never watched like a full Kai Cenat stream or Aiden Ross stream. I've watched long enough of an Aiden Ross stream when we were having, I guess, a little bit of a beef. But right after our part was done, like when I got like through with talking to him and shit like that, I couldn't sit there and watch him like play video games, then talk to the chat, then gamble. Like these niggas stream for like 8 hours. Don't get it twisted. Same here. I stream for a long time, but the type of streaming like these guys do, kind of the same as what I'm doing here, the desktop streaming part at least. Like, I can't be entertained by watching 8-hour streams of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say I wouldn't watch anybody stream. If you're a political streamer, I'm not going to watch Hasanabi, but I might watch somebody else that I might enjoy their stream, or a hip-hop streamer. I've watched academic streams for multiple hours. So let me take that back. I'll watch a hip-hop streamer for a long space of time. So, yeah, I've watched academic stream for probably like 3-4 hours sometimes. I've watched Star, a.k.a. Troy Terrain, stream for however long his episodes be sometimes, whether it's 2 hours. I've watched 3 hours and just have it there in the background. So there's a streamer for everybody. Maybe all of us should get together. Yo, Star. Maybe I'm going to call Star. See if Star want to pop out to Streamer University. Niggas gonna block me.
I say I'm done, then immediately catch myself looking at applications like I'm Kyson that himself, trying to figure out who the hell is getting accepted into this damn school. At this point, streamers don't even need us. We need them. That's the sick part. We complain, we sig on them, swear we're done forever, and then the second somebody starts tweaking on stream, we come flying back like pigeons, hearing the bread hit the pavement. Everybody is burnt out. You got streamers burnt out from streaming every day, desperate, doing anything for $1 donation. We got brain rot burnout. We got people crying in real time because they didn't get pick burnout.
Oh, the ugly cry. So bad.
We got the unemployed burning themselves out.
Walmart job? Huh? You quit your job? What? You quit your fucking job? Yes, bro. What? Today? Fuck Walmart. Say fuck Walmart. Yeah.
We just burnt out.
Oh. I want to diss him, but as somebody who quit my job, I didn't quit my job on a whim like, yo, I'm going to just go line up for Streamer University and Kai Sanaka notice me and I'm out of here. Like, but I can't completely diss him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a young person who's following his dreams. He might make a mistake, but guess what? He's young enough to make the mistake and then learn from the mistake and then course correct, right? I ain't mad at them, even though some of them are dumb, like they had a stable job or whatever. But what if one of them fuck around and become the new Talil? Or the new even, I don't know, give me some name, FaZe Banks or FaZe Dez or FaZe whatever. You know what I'm saying? Plaque Boy Max. You never know. And so I can't even bad them when they're like, yo, I quit my job today and, hopefully this shit works out. Mind you, if you're not putting in the work and you're just waiting for Kai Cenat to save you, then you're a goof. Okay? Sorry. Because you're a goof. But if you're actually putting in the work, you're streaming every day, you're building your audience, you're building your community, you're doing your damn thing, you're investing, reinvesting into your company, or into your business, you're taking your work money and you've, upgraded your mics over the year or so that you're in streaming. And then you're like, you know what? Fuck this, man. I've been in front of this stream. I'm working 9 to 5, then coming home and streaming for freaking 8 hours, 5 hours, whatever amount of hours you stream. Then, doing homework because a lot of y'all are still in like university and shit like that. I ain't going to be mad at you if you say, you know what? Fuck the job. Let me take the plunge. You never know what can happen, fam. Okay, I'm not encouraging you to do it, but I understand when you do it. All right. Who actually blew up from Streamer University? A few people blew up. I can't name all the names because, like, to be honest, they're like younger. But Nina Lynn, right? There's another girl. Is it Cutie Pie? Who blew up from that? The Kishka was already blown up in Toronto, but Kishka, or not blown up, but known in Toronto. But I feel like Streamer University helped him exponentially. The same Talil kid that I mentioned. There's the Asian kid. I forget the Asian kid that runs with Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat actually helped blow him up on his own. But, being part of Kai Cenat's crew and stuff like that. But Streamer University, like the clips that came from that, mod ting. All right. But Ray, thank you, Juicy Hamburger. Ray. But I'm not going to put that on Streamer University on its own because he's already like plugged in with Kai. Yeah, it's hard to call it, man. There's a lot of these kids that have been doing way better. I've watched multiple videos. Like, I'm very invested in this. Even though I'm like the hip hop guy or whatever, I go into these like YouTube wormholes of what's happening with the YNs and, Streamer University. I watch a lot of Omizi's channel. Big salute to Omizi. And he covers all what the streamers are dealing with. Salute to Holo Yassim. Very in-depth streamer coverage. And there's a lot of them that came off of the Streamer University that I'm like, oh shit. They had like 100 viewers in the beginning, and then now they average like 5,000. So it does work for people.
Out, bruh. Everybody tired. And we're still doing the refresh pull for the next clip. What you mean? What you thought this was?
Northside bitch, I done came with the fully on me. Talking like he don't when he not.
Okay, salute the deleted villain. Let me see some of these people here. He takes a while to get to the intro.
Depending on this. I mean, yeah, sure, it could change your life, but damn. They treating applications like they're fighting for the last spot on the planet Earth. All right, so for those who don't know what Streamer University is,
we know.
What the hell is this? But then you watch another one, and another one. And before you know it, it's 3 a.m. and you're at a gas station buying another bag of chips because you finished the whole first bag and you didn't even know how it happened. That's what Streamer University is. It's a chip. You eat one, you literally cannot stop. It's just constant screaming and yelling and chaos. And it should be annoying, but your brain will not let you look away. And for the most part, Streamer University actually did what it said it was going to do. It gave people a shot. People who couldn't get the exposure on their own finally had a lane. It was a bunch of nobody streamers mixed in with a bunch of big streamers. And that was the blueprint. It was a content house with a theme. But now we got singers trying to enroll. We got Ray Ray from Mindless Behavior.
Hey, it's Rayon. But
what?
You guys know me as Ray Ray from Mindless Behavior. Y'all remember this song?
I gotta see her travel all around the world.
What?
Streaming University. Look.
The hell is Ray Ray gonna do? Why are you going? What are you
happened
doing
to
here?
those guys?
This was supposed to be for streamers, people who actually want to stream, not everybody who wants a career pivot. And for some reason, they think 4 days with Kai is gonna fix it. It's getting weird out here. Somebody had to say it. Everybody is experiencing the streamer burnout. You got Lacey's big ass riding in on a Segway, and to keep it lit, I feel like he had the most interesting idea. He wanted to be a hall monitor. He wanted to be a hater.
Why should you be here? Streaming University. You need eyes and ears out there. You need someone policing the halls, making sure they're not getting any ruckus. Someone who's not scared to put their foot down.
That was some original shit. That was actually a good idea. It's because I'm a professional hater. Hating is damn near my occupation at this point. Why the hell did somebody ask me if I was applying to Streamer University? I said, what the fuck would I even do? I'm anonymous. What you want me to do? Show up wearing a mask, standing in the background of people clips looking creepy as hell, then walk off camera? Everybody would be like, who the hell is that? Oh, that's deleted. And now people are paranoid every stream. But that might not even mean you're denied. With Kai, everything is opposite day. Look at DDG. You had DDG running around chasing India Love's ass and then throwing parties that weren't supposed to be thrown. That's content. Rakai running around not going to class, driving Kai absolutely crazy. Content. He literally ignored the instructions and did the exact opposite of what everybody thought he was supposed to do, because this whole thing is clickbait content for a reason. That's how you get exposure. That's how you go viral. Nobody wants to watch somebody following the rules, sitting quietly at their desk. They want.
That's why that Kai guy is that Rakai kid is a genius. He is one of the most. Rakai. Let me bring that chat back up. Salute the Blue Jays fitted. Rakai. That kid Rakai, even though like he's sort of kind of plugged in with Kai Cenat, I found out, I heard his name so much during that Streamer University, whatever amount of time that was or weeks that was. His name came up on almost every viral clip. He was involved in some kind of way, whether it was a fight, whether he was spazzing out. He shot the freaking Nerf gun thing and hit one girl in the eye. Tylil. Is that his name, Tylil? I don't be knowing these names. That little nigga right there, bro, he turned up. And since then, he's become a full-on streamer star. Like, he got a streamer award. He's just been, like, on a wave.
The burnout content. They want to feel exhausted because the clippers are about to eat. Everybody about to eat. They about to clip the hell out of these streams and enough slop content to destroy whatever brain cell.
Okay, I'm mixing them all up. Yes. Rakai is the one that I'm just talking about. Tylil is the one, isn't he the one who set up academics? If I'm not mistaken, the Tylil kid. Right? He's connected to freaking Lil Baby and them. Like, how much reach do these little streamer niggas have? Yes, he backdoored Act. So like you're rolling with like gold selling rap artists and shit like that, and you're a streamer. Like these niggas are high valued at this point.
Those we have left. That's where we're at now. We're literally suffering from brain rot in real time. But that's what the people want. It keeps the people going. People love slop. They crave.
Okay, I think our point was made here. I want to just see a couple more things on Streamer University here before we get out of this topic. Let me go onto Instagram. Let's go check Kishka. Kishka. Almighty Kishka. And the food pops up. Almighty Kishka. Let's go to his Instagram because he's applying. He's our Toronto export, as well as Agent 00. Okay. Those guys were at the Raptors game a few months ago. But he is actually applying for Streamer University to get into part 2, or he's been invited. So he still has to apply. He's the guy who, you know, he won the 50, or Drake gave him 50K after discovering the Ice Cube. All right. So here's his video that he made for Streamer University.
Species are now becoming extinct at a faster rate than has ever occurred in our recorded history.
That's another streamer over here too.
Streamer, no. The desire the user writes down will not be granted unless the place and event is pictured in their head. If a specific desire is not written down in the next 48 seconds, the user will have a mundane experience. What the fuck is a mundane? This is bullshit.
Iceman, I am waiting.
Boss, what is this for?
Really? You must be under the hoop there.
Fans are going crazy in Toronto. Drake just hit his album release date inside a giant block of ice.
48 seconds. What do I do? And Drake gives me 50K. It's here, guys. What?
That was crazy.
What?
Imagine that feeling.
What up? It's Agent Zero. I'm bringing you guys.
Agents in the city. I'm going to go to a Raptors game with Agent 00. And the Raptors will recognize me. Throw it! The Raptors game was lit. And they posted me. Streamers University.
It's good to be back.
I will go to Streamers University too. And
Species are now.
So we'll see if he gets accepted into Streamer University too. But listen, salute to everybody who's also trying to get into Streamer University. Salute to me. We'll see what happens. Okay, all right. Pray for me, gang. If so, I'll be the oldest streamer to be auditioning for Streamer University. But to be honest, because, and I'll say this in closing, a lot of these kids that are quitting their jobs, like I was seeing before, and I was saying, yeah, follow your dreams. Like, actually follow your dreams. If you're not a streamer, like if you're just trying to get on because you think it's cool to make content, and you saw a few people get rich or whatever, or they're on your timeline all the time, just realize all these people, myself included, and everybody that you see out there streaming, we work hard. It's not just, firing up the camera and streaming for a couple of hours and all of a sudden you're going to be lit. There's going to be a lot of days of you streaming to less than 100 people. There's going to be a lot of days of you streaming when you don't feel like it. Okay, so if you're willing to do that, then okay, go all out. Let's get into Streamer University. But if it's like you've only streamed a few times, the last time you posted a stream or a VOD that you could find on any of these platforms like Kick or Twitch or any YouTube videos is like 2-3 months ago, then fuck out of the way. Please get out of the way. Like, real workers are trying to get in there. Real workers are trying to change their life. We ain't got time for you half-stepping ass niggas, okay? I'm not trying to talk light to you niggas or coddle you. Get out of the way. If you only dropped us, if your last stream was 2 months ago, leave. Get out of the lineup. Don't wait for 4 days. Don't wait for 1 day. Leave. Leave room for the people who are actually streaming. You know what I'm saying? 9 to 5 or streaming. Yeah, I'm done with this topic. Sluta Kaisenat. 9 to 5 or streaming. Which one is harder? 9 to 5. Don't let any of these idiot streamers like Hasanabi or any of these other, because you're a goof, try to freaking twist people's brains when they do these little takes. They're just rage baiting when they're like, yo, low-key streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. It's mentally taxing. Yes, all that is true. It's very mentally taxing. I get really I've slept more, or it's harder for me to wake up from doing this 30 stream, and I'm now starting to regulate my body to be able to wake up a little bit earlier. But like, yes, it is tiring, but it's not more tiring than freaking working a jackhammer in the middle of downtown trying to freaking work construction. It's not more tiring than freaking picking up garbage. It's not more tiring than being a mailman or mail person, or freaking somebody who puts tickets on somebody's car and walk around with that hot ass suit all day, and then somebody might punch you in the face for freaking putting a ticket on a car. Or a bus driver. Like, get the fuck out of here. Even the people who work at a goddamn call center. Right? That shit is harder than streaming. You got to have your boss friggin' breathing down your neck. You got to have customers who are shitting on you all day. Yes, that person will pick getting hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe millions. Like XQC signed a $100 million deal for streaming. Yes, streaming is easier and you get paid way more money. So don't let any of these other goofy ass idiots ever try to convince anybody differently. I hate when people try to run that rhetoric. Yo, having a 9 to 5 is harder than streaming. It's not even a question. It's 9 to 5 any day. Trust me. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh, quick announcement. Okay, I got a few more topics before we get out of here. Let me check on my time. I said I wasn't going to do a long stream today. Where are we at? 3 hours? Well, that didn't happen. I want to show you all something quick just to show some love and respect to the OGs. Okay, big salute to Maestro Fresh West. Big salute to D.O. Gibson, a.k.a. Dwayne Gibson. Maestro Fresh West and D.O. Gibson, or D.O., joined season 12 of The Amazing Race. Air horns. Okay. Let's see what they got to say. And salute to Hip Hop Canada for this post right here. Y'all ready for this? July 7th, Amazing Race Canada. Maestro Fresh West, a.k.a. Papa Stro. D.O. Gibson, a.k.a. Dwayne Gibson, the educator. Bro, it's going down. All right. Go and say this. This is not a paid ad. All right. Mind you, Crave, send a bag, fam. I'm just bigging it up because I fuck with these guys. Maestro Fresh was the Godfather. Anything he's doing, I support it. Okay. And D.O. Gibson, trust me, foundation, as well as somebody who's given back to the hip hop community exponentially. Okay, so big up to both of them. All right, both of these men over here have put a bag in my pocket too. So I ain't even gonna lie. Anything that they do, I'm fucking supporting it, man. Salute to these two gentlemen right here. Look out for that. July 7th on Crave. All right. That was just a quick one. I want to just cover a couple more topics. One, starting with why music sounds so average. There's a video that's popping up over here with a producer who, a former producer for Rihanna and on a multitude of artists. And we watched a couple of videos yesterday on clip farming and AI campaigns and different things like that. And I think this kind of adds to it. I didn't have a chance to review the video myself, so bear with me. But I want to just react to it a little bit. The video's about the video's about 1 hour and 39 minutes. So I'm only I'm just gonna skip through, okay? Because trust me, I'm not trying to spend an hour on this. But let me pull it up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is courtesy of the manager's playbook. Rihanna's A&R, not producer. Rihanna's A&R reveals why music feels so average right now.
Or what's next and what's new and what's pushing boundaries. When Rihanna comes with a record, it changes the scope of music, right? It changes how people make music. It's like, oh, we're on this now.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And that takes not necessarily just, sitting doing what's on the radio, what artist did already, right? This time we'll sit in the studio and we'll play a record and we know it's a hit record. And, she'll be like, no, that sounds like X, Y, and Z. Give it to them.
Okay, I know what we're going to watch.
And that's, a hit record where we know hit records don't come around every day. We know this is a record. And she has the self-aware. I think A&R, Rihanna is one of the best A&Rs in the business.
I got somebody in the building over here who is an incredible A&R.
Thank you.
He was at one point the co-president of Rock Nation.
Correct.
And recently founded Chapter Music Publishing.
Correct.
But you are also known in the music business, in the music industry, for those who don't know, as Rihanna's A&R. So you know what question I'm going to ask at the gate.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. At some point.
At some point. Okay.
No, I mean, it's coming. We've put out incredible music. She's put out incredible music. But it's also to the point where, we have to outdo what we did in the past, right? When we build something like a Rihanna record, quote unquote, we have to continually beat what we did last time. We have to continually be different, right?
Yeah.
The things that we've done in the past, they're going to be criticized. If we do something that's not as good or the same, it doesn't really fit. If we go too far of a departure from where it is, then it's kind of, gets into that weird zone. But at the end of the day, it's all, and I take the onus for it, right? It falls on my shoulders and the creatives who are involved in the recording process. It falls on us. So, but I say all that to say it's as real as we make it, as the A&R makes it.
What does that mean?
That means,
break it down.
Like I mentioned, the onus is on us. The onus is on me. And I have to actually push the creative community to give us music that are pushing boundaries, being better than the average, right? And I mean, I'm going to be quite blunt with this. I feel like there's a lot of mediocrity in music right now. I think people, songwriters and producers and artists are pushing themselves for many reasons, in which we'll dive into this conversation.
Yeah.
But it's harder and harder for me I feel, to find records that are quote unquote copyrights or the big, massive, We Found Love, Diamonds work. They're first and foremost, those are records that don't come around every day, right? Let's start there.
I put up a poll asking if we've had any timeless records in the 2020s, because when's the last time you heard like a Diamonds or another Rihanna record like Rude Boy? Any timeless record that you might have heard from the past, in like from the 2010s, like have we heard any of those in the 2020s? And if you have, or if you have any contestants, let me know. Put them in the comments.
Yeah, right. But also, if we don't know who are actually, or the creatives aren't really pushing themselves to write those records anymore, then that's the problem. So to me, a record comes when we as A&Rs or creatives push the creatives that are the songwriters, the producers, the creative world to actually make those records and understand or push them to not only want to make those records, but understand how to and what that actually means.
Yeah.
The motivation's not even there, fam, because these creatives could put all of their time and effort into making a record. For example, Drake, okay?
Drake?
He gave us 3 albums, and there's people like, oh, yo, the man gave you 43 songs and nobody gives a fuck. And there's already people wondering, yo, is Drake cooking up new shit? What the hell do you mean is he cooking up new shit? He gave you 3 albums. But these artists, especially the ones who are at the top of the food chain, they're less incentivized these days to put their heart and soul into making a project, because by the time they drop it, it gets held in the zeitgeist for tops 3 months. If there's like some smokers on it, there better be some bangers on that shit for it to be able to live in the conversation of the internet and memes and at the parties or whatever. There better be some smokers for it to last 3, even 5 months. But if there's just some cool tracks on there, 3 weeks, we talking about something else. All right. What Kai doing? Like literally.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's crazy because like I was having this conversation with Chris Riddick Tynes, and he feels like a lot of the reasons why some of that is happening because he feels the same. And obviously he doesn't have that problem. I mean, he just won a great
I was
few Grammys.
Sorry to cut you off. I literally just came from, when making a Rihanna album, I travel the world. I just came from London. I was in Paris. I did sessions in the Netherlands.
To be clear, you have sessions happening all over the globe right now.
All around the globe.
For
right?
Rihanna.
Yeah, like we just did a camp with Warner Chappell in the UK. We did one with P2J in the UK as well. Universal Music Publishing helped me out, and I also have friends there like Kofi and Giorgio and Martin Garrix and those guys. So we did sessions at his studio, Martin Garrix in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I was in Paris with running around doing a bunch of stuff out there. We're planning to do some stuff in Spain. Obviously, we'd have sessions in Miami, New York, LA. So it's a global thing. I think when we make a record, we're looking for what's different, right? And everyone is always asking for the brief. What's the brief of a Rihanna album?
When you say what's the brief, let me stop you so people understand.
Okay.
Like when someone's asking for a brief, what does that mean?
So a brief is basically giving the writers and creative the writers and producers an idea of what to create, right?
What? Are y'all peeping game right now? Like they're trying to figure out what we like. There's writers and producers sitting in rooms right now like, yo, what can we cook up that's going to stick?
Like when you go into a room, you can't necessarily just put 2 people in a room and make magic. It doesn't happen like that, right? You have to what to create, right? Like when you go into a room, you can't necessarily just put 2 people in a room and make magic. It doesn't happen like that, right? You have to first of all, when you're getting A&R creatively, and it's trial and error too as well. Like, when it's not Gene says, okay, X, Y, and Z, Stargate plus James Fowler equals hit record. You
would hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so, right? But it doesn't always happen.
Yeah,
right. We task the best people that we believe for the job, the people that can do it. And it's also making, matching the people who we feel can create what we want to do, the vision that we want to create of the album. So a brief is basically our vision, the artists and, the creative team telling that to the creative community. So they have an outline or a blueprint of where to work from. Right. But it's difficult because to me, a great A&R, you give enough of the brief and the creative insight, and whether it's playing old records, whether it's, just spending an hour or 2 talking to music with the creatives or telling them what the artist is thinking right now, what's their mindset, what exactly they want to discuss in these projects, what's their vision for the project. So all those things play into the conversation and the brief that you give the creative community to actually be able to successfully make a record for the artist that you're
right. And so when
think about how much money is being filtered around, because he's not talking about multiple artists, and well, he's probably is talking about more than one artist, but his main bread and butter, remember, he's an A&R for Rihanna. So as he explained earlier, they have people in all different countries and cities who are cooking up these things, like, you know, different teams of writers and producers in different studios and all over the world that are trying to come up with different things that would be great ideas that they can, you know, that they can send to Rihanna and see if she fits with it, or see if this person fits with it if she doesn't. But like, that's a lot of money being spent, right? And if not money, because some of these people, they don't get paid until like something actually happens, like money and promises of money. It's just a lot of moving parts moving around for us to be able to receive the musical entertainment that we receive on a high level. There's mans that are going in their house, in their basement, or in their freaking bathroom and making a banger and uploading it to YouTube and then finding success in these days and times. But the people who are at the top of the food chain, there's multiple teams and business meetings with other teams and stuff like that, and focus groups and all types of shit to make sure that what they drop is a hit, because there's millions, hundreds of millions of dollars invested into them and the business around them.
You're saying that as well, so I appreciate you explaining what the brief is. So like, of course, people are always asking you, what is the brief for a Rihanna project?
Listen, I think the brief, I always tell people sometimes if I give you too much of a brief, I'm leading you down the wrong direction, right? Because we're
okay, so I want to get to what they're saying about the music industry. Where's the timestamps? Here we go. A&R, quality control, and honest feedback. Right, modern A&R and artist development. What makes a classic record? Giving artists notes and trust. Hold on, I'm just trying to see like the main meat and potatoes, the pièce de résistance. All right, just let me do a quick search here. Music marketing beyond the template. Relationships, honesty. Where's the great songs? Where great songs really go? Release cadence. Okay. I think I see the parts that I want to see. All right, let's go to what makes a classic record, right over here.
Upper echelon.
Right.
What does that bar look like today?
Correct.
Bar.
So saying that to say, it's just it's just being on top of your game on all those aspects.
So when you're saying like, you know, obviously you're setting the bar, right? When you're working on a Rihanna record with Omar, you're setting the bar. It's
correct.
Up here.
Yes.
Upper echelon.
Right.
What does that bar look like today?
That bar looks like it's still the same, man. I'm not willing to lower that bar. You know, we still need those classic copyrights, those diamonds, those We Found Loves, those, going to other artists, Single Ladies, those other records that actually
I'm gonna play this back in a second. Salute to Anything But the Norm. She said, he makes a lot of sense. Rihanna is their bread and butter in the industry of hip hop, music, and entertainment. They implant her everywhere, and the 5 top executives are getting a cut out of her. Yes, but like she hasn't dropped in a long time, so they're probably like making all these moves around her, making sure that okay, we got a hit record here, we got a hit record there, and then time passes. Those records get dated, and they're like, okay, let's keep on cooking it up and giving her new shit. But she ain't dropped. She's making billions of dollars off of her Fenty products. Like, she don't care about music, because if she drops and it's not received the way that it was back when the last time she dropped, which was like 7 years ago or some shit, then people are gonna be like, "Oh, flop. It's probably Rocky's fault. Where's she at? Where's she at? Like, it's going to be a bunch of bullshit. I don't think it's going to flop. But then people are going to be like, oh, was it bots? Like, we're living in a content age. We're living in a hater age where we just want to, we can't, 10 years? Oh my God. Holy shit. She don't care about music, fam. It's over. It's done. It's done. Rihanna's not a musician anymore. She's just a public figure who makes a lot of money.
Are going to continually get played. You know, you look at Anti, which is still on the charts today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That speaks to something.
Yeah.
But that also speaks to what's also being put out.
Yeah. So when you're looking at songwriting, is it a feeling?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, listen, I think it's one of those records where or things where you listen to a song and it pulls on your heartstring, right? It takes you to a different place. Like it's very it's the imagery is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's classic and timeless melodies. It's storytelling, which we're missing in a lot of these records.
Yeah.
Now that I see.
Yeah.
You know?
Do we care? I care. A lot of y'all in the chat who are like astute music listeners and people who are just like regular folks, not just like, you know, modhead YNs, like people with attention spans. Like a lot of people care. Like, yo, make music better. I complain about it all the time. But the way that the internet has been working these days, will the algorithm even allow us to care about how, you know, rich the music is, how great the story is, how in depth the musicality is, and all that? Nah, fam. Like, yo, is there a part of it that we can make a sound out of? Nah. Okay. Next.
Yeah.
No one's telling you stories. If you listen to or We Found Love, or even if you listen to even if you listen to Need in Me, right, which is an urban record,
That's
it's
what I was
still
gonna
a
say.
story in that. It was still storytelling.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And it's got courses. I don't know why people are afraid of courses these days.
Bridges.
Bridges, yeah, exactly.
Intros, outros.
Bridge. Is it too long for you now? You can't do 3.5 minutes? I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Outros, guitar solo.
A bridge. A bridge. When the last time you heard a bridge, nigga? What? We ain't got time for that, B. Get that old head shit out of here about a bridge. You go ask a 19-year-old music listener what the fuck a bridge is. I dare you. I dare you. Go do it. Some of y'all who got kids, ask your kids musically, or just say, other than a bridge that like carries cars and shit over, what other ways can a bridge be used? You right? They're gonna give you the Gen Z stare. Like, why are you talking to me? Why are you not letting me go in my phone? Right? Then after you get over that part, say, okay, in music, young man, young lady, in music, what is a bridge? Gen Z stare again. A lot of blinks. Why is this old person bugging me? Why can't I go back in my phone? Okay? But they're not, it's not only them giving you the Gen Z stare, they have no idea what a bridge is. Their songs that they like, the ones that are in their phone that they listen to, are like 2 minutes tops. Okay, it starts with the hook, because obviously you want to grab people's attention right away. So, and we're in an attention economy. So starts with the hook, then you get a little shitty ass verse with a little bit of repetition in it. And then, you get the hook again. And to be honest, it's hard sometimes if you're an old head to differentiate the hook from where the rap starts, because back in our days, we used to maybe double up the hook or have some call and response or something like that. These niggas just be like, yo, I'm that nigga, I'll fuck a bitch in the throat, I'm that nigga. They don't even do the repetition part. I'm that nigga, I fuck that bitch in the throat. I got murder that I wrote. I drive down the block, shoot you, I shoot all my ops. That's how I do. Ski mask on my face. Ski mask on my face. And then the verse starts. Okay, and then they start saying a bunch of dumb shit. Ba 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 ba. Shoot you in your face. Shot Ray. Shot Tyrone last week. Fucked her in her throat. Shot you. Smoking on this person, and then they get back to that same thing that I just said in the beginning. They say it again, but that was the hook that I just said in the beginning. You get me? You're like, oh, that was the hook. That like thing that you never repeated one line in. That was the hook. Yeah, nigga. You ain't notice I said that. I said the last part 2 times. That's what the song's called, nigga. You're like, bro, you guys' song structures even suck. I'm sorry. I might be sounding like an old head, but the song structure is not even there. So who needs an A&R for that shit? One verse and a shitty hook that just gets flued. Copied and pasted from the front to the back of the song. Why you need an A&R for that? Half of these guys can't sound like they can't even read.
Well, all these other things that,
Well, look at this. Like Folded is a great example. This is 30 seconds before you heard a lyric on that record. And there's strings, then you hear the guitar plucks from Don Mills, and then you start to hear the verse from Kalani.
Right.
That's a massive record. It takes 30 seconds for me to get there.
Right.
If you got a great song, you got a great song.
Right.
Take the time.
But I think that also goes into A&R, right? And I'm not going to come here.
30 seconds to get to when she starts singing. Hello, I got shit to do. I want to go on TikTok. Can you hurry up?
Here and shit on the new age of A&Rs, right? I think they're really talented A&Rs in this generation, right? I think they're culturally connected. I mean, there's Miles Gersh, there's Gabs Lemon on the publishing side. I think there's John.
This guy's show is great. Look, he puts in the bottom all of the A&Rs that this guy is naming. This show, let me go subscribe to this channel. Just give me a second, gang. Sidetrack. No sidetrack. Subscribe. Put a like on this. The Manager's Playbook. I'm gonna go back and check some more videos on this. It dropped on the 21st. Because this channel just seems like it's just there for music industry education and interviews with people who can give you like real behind the scenes insight.
John Chen at Warner Chappell, I think he's great too. I think he's great A&R. So there's a few out there that are great or good, and even younger, ones that are coming up too. I think we're in a system that doesn't allow A&Rs to be great A&Rs, right? Like I said, I think they're culturally connected. They know what moves the needle. They research is off the chain. They can find all these other things. They understand how to manipulate that system into playing into breaking an artist, to say what breaking artist means today.
Yeah.
But I think the development side is where it lacks because it's quality. It's quantity over quality, right? And no one's giving them the time to actually develop these artists to be good at A&R. So when an artist complains, well, my A&R doesn't do anything for me, he didn't set up any sessions, he didn't this, or he doesn't know any music direction. We can't be allowed to, right? We look at
hold on, before you continue, set up sessions to do what? Did you hear what I just described? This is what a song is in a new age. Set up to do what? To watch you and your freaking smelly friends in the studio sit there, smoke and drink lean? What y'all need an A&R for? You're not even doing anything creative. Actually, that's why you need an A&R, to be honest. But are you going to listen to him? Are they even signing people that an A&R is worthy of even putting the time into to create a good product? Because if we're talking about amazing singers and amazing rappers, then cool. But if we're just talking about some half-ass rappers and some whisper-ass singers, then whatever. Let them do it at home and then send us the files. The hell? What is the job of an A&R? Just to give some people some context and some reference. So an A&R stands for Artist and Repertoire. Okay, I learned a lot of this back in school. Salute to Harris Institute. It worked for something. Okay, an A&R representative works for a record label or a music company and acts like a bridge between artist and label. The main responsibilities include finding new talent, discovering promising singers, bands, producers, and songwriters, signing artists, evaluating whether the artist fits the label, and helping negotiate deals. Developing artists, guiding artists on songwriting, image, branding, and career directions. Matching artists with songs and collaborations. So connecting artists with producers, songwriters, and feature performers, right? Overseeing recordings, providing feedback during the recording process, and helping shape projects. Okay, not singles, not just singles, projects. Tracking trends, monitoring music scenes, streaming data, social media, and live performances to identify opportunities. Okay, so like this job is extensive. It's not just getting some beats and some freaking features for an artist. Like you're literally helping to shape this artist's career, get them signed to the label, negotiate for them. There's a lot that goes into being an A&R for someone. Are we getting that with the products that we're getting, the music that we're getting in these days and times? Does this look like all these different duties have been done to your favorite artist that you're hearing right now? Or not your favorite artist, because I feel like your favorite artists are probably not from the now, but these new artists that are like giving us trash music most of the time. Does it look like all of these different things have been done to make this person come to fruition? Because half of these artists, they don't even know how to do an interview. So the media training is even there. But they're out there making music. And some of them are accumulating views and plaques.
All the music that's out there, but even you look at the, the Hot 100 or the top, album charts, the people up there are still way well A&R'd.
Oh yeah.
Artists.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
Those that have lasting power.
100%. And it doesn't matter if it's a traditional A&R from a label or it's someone like a Phineas with Billie Eilish. Phineas is an A&R. If you don't want to give, if you don't want to give him the title or not, he's at the end of the day, he's an A&R.
Yeah, absolutely.
Punch, SZA, go down Dan, Chaperone, go and continue.
All these people, right? Billie Eilish's A&R, Punch, who's SZA's A&R, Dan Negro, who's Chaperone's A&R. All these people are Grammy Award winners, Grammy nominated, gazillion dollars in their freaking bank account, hit records that stick, not records that just come and go and get playlisted for a couple of months, like records that top the charts. These records are like well crafted for it to be able to get to our forefront and have staying power. Everything else, like if it don't really got the right team behind it, it ain't gonna go. I'm sorry. You got to get really lucky.
Go down the list of all these, people who are on these charts today. These are well A&R projects.
Yeah, I mean,
artists.
I mean, look at
who's been developed.
Look at who's running Island right now. Imran and Justin. Those guys are A&Rs.
100%.
Yeah, and they got 100%. They're crushing it right now with everything. That
trust me, Drake has an A&R system. Producers, songwriters, everybody around him to make sure that shit moves right. Okay,
that's going through that. I'm not saying that they don't have other A&Rs, but like that system right there is built around songs.
Yeah,
A&Rs.
Yeah,
who actually have lasting power on the charts,
and actually care and give a fuck about the music and what the music sounds like, right? And I think we can have all these TikTok and viral moments, and those are great. We need those too, right? But I think to me, what lasts this test of time and what I'm interested is those copyrights. So the songs are gonna really cut through, and we're gonna really build these artists with these records.
Salute to this gentleman right here. He's dropping some game. What's his name again now? I know they put everything in the description over here. Omar Grant. Big salute to Omar Grant. He's dropping some game. I'm gonna answer this question over here. Don't touch my cologne. Says, who's the hottest new artist right now? Just off the top of my head, I would say like NBA Youngboy would be one of them. Don Toliver would be another one. And I'm just thinking globally. I'm not just thinking of like Toronto. Okay. Globally, I would say, and from the rap scene, right? Like I said, NBA Youngboy, Don Toliver, Molly Santana is scorching hot right now. Why did I just draw a blank? Because the name was just in my head. They're playing this motherfucker all the time. Ken Carson might be is up there, but he's not who I was thinking. dare I say, Phoenix Flexing, the guy who's gotten all of this attention right now because everybody thinks his song is AI, and it could be AI, right? He's scorching hot right now, but he's not one of the top artists. He's not the hottest artist. He just has like a really, really hot viral hit right now. Drake, obviously, right? Drake is like, he's taken over the timeline, especially for the last 2 years with the battle and everything involved. Okay, so Drake is definitely still up there when it comes to the rap shit. And right now, if you want to, like, if I just want to have recency bias, Young Miami, where my scamming niggas at? Like, you got the song of the summer. You would have thought that the nigga who got 3 albums out would have song of the summer right now, and she went and came through and just, let me get that song of the summer right there. Hold my beer. Oh, thank you, Playboy Cardi. Thank you, Douchey Hamburger. Playboy Cardi. That's my 5th. Okay, so let me get back to the top 5 that I have right now. NBA Youngboy, Don Toliver, Molly Santana. What was the other name that I named? Playboy Cardi. And I already forgot the other name that I had. Oh, and Drake. Drake. Okay, NBA Youngboy, Don Toliver, Molly Santana, Playboy Cardi, Drake. Top 5 hottest artists in rap right now.
Who's been developed?
But yeah, I'm not gonna beat this topic to death. Salute to Omar Grant. Salute to the Managers Project. I'm gonna find out some more about this guy so that I can properly credit him when I'm watching more videos, because we will be watching more videos. All right. I got one last quick topic for us, and then we are going to touch the roads, because I feel that, you know, I've been as somebody who moved from Montreal, I always have to appreciate that I'm living in one of the greatest cities in the world. Though Montreal has produced many stars, you can never, ever downplay Toronto's impact on the world and how much influence that we have in all facets of entertainment. Okay, so I'm just gonna play a quick video. It might be just something to inspire us for the road type shit. Okay, courtesy of Keeps It Solid. Something that shows why Toronto is the greatest, okay? The greatest city in the world. Air horns for that. Big up Toronto, man. Big up Toronto. Big up Toronto. So let's play this. Let's go.
Successful director of all time is from here, James Cameron. The most successful pop artist, the most successful R&B artist, the most successful rapper of all time from here. Number 1 and number 2 comedy films of all time are 2 guys from Scarborough. Like Maestro DO.
Yeah.
The most successful variety television show of all time, SNL.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren Michaels.
Yeah.
Most successful composer of all time is David Foster. Like, we are the only city to.
Right? David Foster, I Will Always Love You, all these different tunes. No, I Will Always Love You. But he did a lot of Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, all of the songs that are timeless. David Foster.
To have back-to-back #1 draft picks in the NBA ever. Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett. MVP is from down the street.
Yeah.
I can keep going.
Yeah.
Like, we consistently, disproportionately over-index in every vertical. And every single vertical, we are the #1 in. And if we're not 1, we're number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Most successful director of all time.
Wow.
Is from James Cameron.
Wow. Is he spitting facts, gang? Is he cooking? All right. James Cameron, Michael Myers, The Weeknd, Drake, Justin Bieber. Like, what are we talking about here? Freaking dude from SNL, like Lauren Michael. Like, come on, B. I forgot that Lauren Michaels was from Toronto. Like, for real. I knew that he was from here, but this guy, Lauren Michael, let me just play it again.
The most successful pop artist, the most successful R&B artist, the most successful rapper of all time from here. #1 and number 2 comedy films of all time are 2 guys from Scarborough, Mike Myers, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Mike Myers and Jim Carrey. Scarborough in the motherfucking building, man. Scartown represent. Okay? G-Way, what up? Malvern, what up? OP, what up? I don't know all the other areas. Freaking all the Scarborough, what up, man? All right? Glen Morgan, Wagwan. Holy. Gilder.
The most successful variety television show of all time, SNL.
Look at all the stars on this page here. Look at all the people that Lorne Michaels has opened the doors for. All right? This man is a star maker. He's not just he's not even the star. A star maker. Taking comedians and being the gateway through the success. It's not just only a Canadian for the motherfucking six.
Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
Huh? Erting.
Most successful composer of all time is David Foster.
That nigga. Niggas don't have hits like him, fam. This white boy right here, he got everybody wiped down. Right? David Foster hits. Foster. I'm not even spelling right. Foster hits. Let's see what we got. What we got. For Whitney Houston, I have nothing. Right? Run to You, Sling to You, The Power of Love, Because You Love. Oh my God. These songs are like never going away, fam. Chicago, Had to Say Sorry. You're the inspiration. Yo, let me not get copyright. If I sing it too long, I'll get copyright. These songs are so hot. Unbreak my heart. Yo, this nigga produced Unforgettable, bro. Forget about it. Forget about it. Niggas don't have credits like that. 16 Grammy Awards from Toronto, nigga. Y'all ain't got that. This guy's bank account must be stupid. Yo.
Like, we are the only city to have back-to-back #1 draft picks in the NBA ever.
Back-to-back.
Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett. MVP is from down the street.
Yeah.
I can keep going.
Yeah.
Like, we consistently, disproportionately over-index in every vertical. And every single vertical, we are the #1 in. And if we're not one, we're number 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And 6, nigga. Yo, salute to the 6, man. As a Montreal export, okay, I've come here and I've been able to prosper in ways that and note this to MTL, and y'all niggas know an MTL, all right? I've been able to come here and prosper in ways that I would have never been able to prosper in my city and province, okay? Anybody who lives in this city, appreciate the city that you live in. Appreciate the opportunities that are around you. No matter how hard it might be, shrinkflation, inflation, all these different things, high, unproportioned immigration, that ain't never stopped me from getting in the bag, and it won't stop you. We're the city that a lot of people have their eyes on. This is why I get pissed off about the rap scene, because we had a point in time where every A&R in the country of America was looking at Toronto to try to find who's going to be the next up, okay? And it's because the next up is living here. There's 1,000 next ups in Toronto, and I'm talking about amazing artists, okay? We're not and when it comes to art, I'm not just talking about music. We got people who make amazing art, like real art, right? We got people who are amazing actors, singers. The basketball players are off the chain. like we got a lot of talent out here. Content creators out the wazoo, for real, if you really, really look at it, right? Sometimes we might not always have the biggest views as a or listens to and streams as our counterparts when it comes to certain factions. But it doesn't mean that we don't have success in any lineage of entertainment. Okay. So if you're from Toronto and you're born and raised, then be proud of it and take advantage of the place that you come from. And if you come here, don't shit on the place, bro. Don't be like, yo, these motherfuckers are arrogant, blah, 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 blah. Then come here and get your bread. Because I've seen a lot of people come to the city and get eaten up real quick and then have to go back home with their tail between their legs. All right? So salute to Toronto, man. I just wanted to end there on a positive note right there. Right? I got 3 dead cops on the thumbnail. We got to end on a positive note. You feel me? I think I could end there. All right. I think I want 3 hours and 40. Okay, we good. Day 29 in the vault. Day 30 on the way. Like I said, I got a special guest that's popping up tomorrow on my live stream before we do the podcast. We got a new episode. We back with pods on Thursday morning, so look out for that. And the live stream should be around 6:30, right? A little bit, 6:30, 6:45. Expect me to be popping up on the live stream with my special guest. But until then, we are off of this. Doses.